every Thursday. The scene is set in the realm of thoughts where minds are met. They're the thinkers with brains on the brink. Every Thursday they're doing a thing with that dark kitty as the fearless lead. And fought through by her side, they plant the seed with Dorcas guiding through dungeons deep. And Grey Coupe spreads it on steep. Emo's crush ghosts like magic in the air. The press Hydra's expertise beyond compare. Charles manages the box office with grace, while other guests add to the lively space. In a world of thoughts where minds collide, the thinkers gather their wits as their guide. From deep contemplation to laughter's embrace, every Thursday is their special place.
Welcome to the special place.
It's special.
You're special, Charles. You're special, Dorcas. You're special, Grey. And the audience is very special.
Indeed.
I'm not.
The specialist of all.
Guys, we, unfortunately, I know you guys are saying hello to BMO in the chat, but BMO is indisposed by a medical malady.
Rude.
Yes, very rude.
He's
But
still
he's
going to
still-
battle Satan's toe tomorrow for
Yeah,
America?
he's decided that that's a thing. Still, I don't recommend that, but he's still gonna try.
I kind of think he's doing this backwards. Like, just talking with us would be much easier than tackling Satan's toe with his current malady. I think he chose poorly, but to
Yes.
each their own. We wish him, better health.
Speedy recovery.
Yes. The brave.
Better
brave
Health is a
man.
scam company, and I wish it on no one.
Better
Oh.
help.
I didn't mean that.
Oh,
I
is it
meant
Better
health.
Health? Whoops. That's
Yeah.
my bad.
Sorry, I meant to hit the H.
No, that was me. I had a dumb moment. I'll have plenty tonight, I'm sure.
It was very entertaining. And remember, we've got Axie. Yeah, Axie might come here, but Zaxx as well will join us later on. And yeah, so let's see who's in the chat. We've got Davina, who thinks Bob Vylan sounds very original. Look, I love a good pun. I really can't get upset with that. We got Peepers. We got Creamage, of course. Lucifer is giving us banging tunes.
Bangers.
Creamage.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No mash for those bangers?
Banging it from BC. Hell yeah.
Apparently, BMO is on the street. He's identified as a female. Yeah.
He's on the streets?
We've got, if we need I think we'll need a palate cleanser, but that will be the palate cleanser today.
Yeah.
Chilling like a villain.
More like Shimo, am I right?
Shima, yes.
No longer
so many
hemo.
Sex puns. We don't discriminate. Puns don't have to be about sex. They can be about absolutely anything, and they're great. So yes, we're ready for a fiery debate.
I don't know if
Or a
we're
fiery
ready.
debate.
But,
Yeah, I don't know if we're ready. We just expect. Yes.
I hope it doesn't get fiery, but yeah, I do feel like I'm in the minority that I'm like, yeah, that's a punk rocker doing a punk rock thing there. So
And
I
it's
don't
so
know.
punk rock. Yeah.
let's bring out the
Well-
fireworks early.
So what we're talking about, as you've probably seen from my very highly skillful thumbnail, that is really amazing. We're talking about free/hate speech and art, and of course with the context of what's happened in Glastonbury in the past weekend or whatever, with some lovely artists that were considered way too spicy. And yeah, it is in the UK. We heard you guys have seen it by now. Yeah, you've seen the chanting that occurred, and I mean you've seen the backgrounds as well that were part of the performance, that were very much so against the Israeli Defense Forces.
I've seen the background. I have
not to see it.
I've seen the background. I have not seen the chanting.
Really?
It's not great.
I would assume. I mean, I have an idea, but
there's been better chanting before.
It was catchy, and it gets annoying because it's in my head. Because they've got a drum with it. But,
Oh.
so
Yeah, that's
yeah,
Bobby Vylan. That's
Mhm.
Bobby with the Y, I believe, is on the drum kit.
Yeah,
As opposed to the singer, who's also Bobby Vylan.
Bobby Vylan. So
Yeah, they're the Bobs.
So we had we had some I think the Bearing couple, they also did some commentary on it as well. And one of the things that they said was the thing that's really lame about this band is that it's just a two-piece and they don't have an actual guitarist on stage.
Not true.
That's the problem.
Bobby Vylan also plays guitar. Listen to
but
Pretty Little Songs. That's him doing the acoustic, and you know, they're pretty awesome in concert. Which is why I have my tickets for them later this year, but
but they're not.
See them this fall.
Yeah, they're not around. They're not allowed, right? That's where we're at. They're not allowed into America.
Officially,
Right.
their right to work visas have been revoked.
Wow.
So, and that was the State Department like tweeting that out. So I don't know if that's a thing now, but yeah. I don't know. Like, if I thought we kind of hid when famous people were refused entry, but this was quite a rather large event, and it hit the news quick. So maybe it's a one-off thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like
it
my
seems a little
country
odd to me.
Twitter horse. I really don't like that.
Well, you don't like the announcements coming through Twitter.
Yeah, like
You want
the
an
White
official
House.
thing.
Well, no,
I mean,
just don't talk about it. Like it's not your business. Don't you have important things to do? Like take Medicare away from every single person possible, or do you have to make fucking AI pictures that look like Studio Ghibli? Like just stop. Just like do work. What the fuck are you
AI
getting
pictures are
involved in?
pretty
this shit
cool.
for?
Stop having
Did
a
you see
social
the
media
eagle?
presence.
No, I saw the one with like a heavy set. What it appears to be an immigrant being arrested and crying with a really big wailing mouth, like bah.
From the government.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'll find it. Hold on.
Please do that. Wow. Bots do. Hey, I'm on Twitter, so
Yes, you are
They-
fine. I don't expect
I
you to-
tweet cats on Twitter. Yeah. So yeah, about there was also something that was also prevalent in all the commentary about this Glastonbury itself is there was an act called Kneecap. And it's actually an
which
Irish.
I saw about a
Yeah.
week or maybe a week and a half before they got their visas revoked from the U.S. as well. So I
Yes.
got to see one of their last performances. Don't get to see Bob Vylan when he was supposed to be coming this fall. But yeah. So the BBC was aware, and they had a list of like I think I can't remember what they called them, but it was like high risk artists. Kneecap was on there, so they decided not to put them on the actual broadcast them. But you know, they're still invited to the festival and they're playing there. They had the choice to do that with Bob Vylan, and I think it's 100% on the BBC for literally allowing that to be on there. I can show you like a list of their lyrics, but this is not nearly as far as a lot of their lyrics have gone. And they're awesome songs. I'm a huge fan of them. But man, it was a poor choice to be like, yeah, let's broadcast them.
That will be fun. Kneecap, no. But these guys, yeah. So they see.
Oh, it's tiny.
Zoom in a bit for it, but still,
It's
that is
the
what
White
they
House.
posted.
That's from the White House.
Wow! Oh god!
I can't zoom. I don't know why. But the
Another
White House
early
tweeted
one.
that.
Okay, another early one. This is Thinkers. Thinkers is an early one.
Early.
Yeah, well, I suppose.
But,
for me.
Yeah, I don't know what this is for me.
Cancer Lucifer, huge fan of Kneecap. Kind of a little bit new to Bob Dylan. I don't think, or Bob Vylan, excuse me. I don't think I'd heard of them until like maybe like October-ish of last year, and then I got 3 of their albums and really dig it. There's some amazing songs, and one thing that I want everyone to know is Health is Wealth is a banger. It is a great song.
Okay.
Check it out. It should offend no one.
Yes, love it. We have she has 3 ideas for things. We're gonna set a date. I'm so excited. Thanks so much, love it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't put words together. That's how excited I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, Kneecap. The reason Kneecap was on this list or whatever is because they were, they were properly supporting a terrorist thing. They
That's
weren't
the
going.
charges that Mokera is currently dealing with. But previously at another festival, they said some other words that were essentially the only good Tory is a dead Tory and lynch or kill your MPs. And then that is what they got a hate speech charge for and possible incitement. And all charges were dropped. Mokara was found completely innocent in that. But he currently has a terrorism charge going. And that's because at a concert, a fan brought a flag and he picked up the flag and it was a Hezbollah flag. So they're saying that he now participated in terrorism. So I do believe that that case will not actually go through. But he did just check into it and was just given, I forget what they call that. It's not probation, but time in between his next court date in order to play at Glastonbury.
Great times. And of course, he is Irish, right?
He's from the north of Ireland.
Yeah, so he's very much about fuck England, really. So
they do have a hit song, "Get Your Brits Out."
To get your Brits out? What does that even mean?
Indeed. Exactly.
Okay.
It's a concept. Does that mean violent removal, or is it just, get your Brits out?
Get your britches up. But yeah, he's very, very interested in the persecution of the Irish, the fact that they were alienated from their language and all of that, basically England banned. So that's part of, I think that's why he would, I think it's a proxy. I feel like
they
that's
do
a
consider
proxy.
themselves still living under the occupation of Britain,
England.
And they consider it ongoing. Or England, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But they do consider it an ongoing oppression and essentially occupation that they're experiencing, where the Irish language was intended to be snuffed out, and there is this rather small but steady group that is really kind of trying to revitalize what was traditional Irish and really are trying to revitalize the language, and it's growing. It's pretty awesome. Gaelic is coming back.
I'm smiling because of Hunty making a puppet. I'm not smiling because of yay, the rebellion and the this and that. But also, yes, I'm glad the language comes back. But I want the revival. They teach it in schools now.
I tried to be snarky in chat, but it wouldn't let me type the words. I did twice. But I tried saying that Marcy would also like you to hang the DJ, but
she's that really hard.
Hang the DJ.
God, I reduced the moderation on my channel.
I even tried to tie a rope around his neck. Didn't work. So very strict.
Jeez, and comedy is about timing. So
dude, thank you. That's all I'm saying. Dude, I got to get in and get out. You can't.
And YouTube's like, nah, and you're like, all the moments fucking pass. So thanks. Okay. We're with this in mind, we are going to talk about hate speech, and here's Lovett's take. Speech is hateful when you aim to damage another emotionally or mentally. Otherwise, it's just speech that you don't like.
I agree with that.
But lots of people that will find just speech they don't like, they will find it harmful itself. But I suppose that includes intent.
To you.
Aim to damage. Yeah, aim to damage includes intent there, which goes back to our discussion last week about intent being a thing. So one more thing about Bob Vylan. One of the songs that got a lot of attention, especially from Sargon, was "You want your country back? No, you can't have that." That's exactly how it sounds.
Which I think is track 6 on We Live Here.
Mm. Also, he's English.
Yeah,
But-
of
but okay.
Caribbean. Well, Bobby Vylan has Caribbean descent, and then Bobby Vylan has Jamaican descent as well.
Descent is back there. Like
Mhm.
they're actual citizens of the UK, though.
They are.
And they apparently they're like, oh, his credentials are whack because he went to a private school, and so yeah. Yes, my singing will always be beautiful. You know what? Exactly. And my rapping is even more superb. So we're just lucky. You're just lucky we haven't turned it all into performance. So we know what we're talking about, and the main thing is this hate speech. Not even hate speech. It was like they must ban these bands. So already we had the measures of not broadcasting one band. Then we have the Bob Vylan of it all. And I guess you have a point there, Gray, where there was like, what did you expect? Because part of his performance as well was not just, okay, yes, he did the offensive thing with the chant and everything, but he actually mentioned Kneecap.
Yeah.
So he spoke about Kneecap being
They're good
not
friends.
being broadcast. Yes. So he exposed that further. So I don't know, you're right. If I looked at this list, I'd be like, who's the shit stirrer here?
So
Also, sorry, I will totally let you go, Charles. I'm going to
go
just Kanye you really quick by saying I'm going to let you finish. But also, their hit song is Lynch Your Leaders. That's the band that they're showing on there. So, yes, he does have a song saying you want your country back, but they also have a song, Lynch Your Leaders. Like, what do you expect from them? Sorry, Charles, please go.
Thank you, Glenn. So I think part of the issue with stuff like this is the focus gets on things that seem like a misdirect of sorts. Where I think I said this a couple of days ago. To me, the mass general population, the consensus on the Israel-Palestine situation is kind of getting to a situation to where Americans were 2 or 3 years after Iraq, where it was just like, all right, what's going on here? You told us this is happening, and in looking back on it now, we were kind of sold a bill of goods that, I don't know very many people who would outweigh the other end of the equation and say that America's occupation in Iraq was warranted or justified, or any of that weapons of mass destruction shit was there at all. The more that this plays out, the less favorability Israel seems to have. So the fact that go ahead.
I can't speak to what intelligence we did or didn't have over the Iraq war, but it's pretty much confirmed that Iran was at 60% enriched uranium. Like, that's not debate.
That's not in regards to Israel and Palestine. Like, if you look at video footage of Gaza, it just doesn't look like it's habitable at all. Like, you look at footage and stuff that when America was occupying Afghanistan, like, they were trying to get specific people. It was Al Qaeda, it was Taliban. It wasn't all of Afghanistan. Whereas
Hamas still has our Israeli hostages, though, and they had American hostages as well.
Okay, so shoot everyone then.
That's not what they're doing.
Have you seen pictures of Gaza?
Yeah, it's not what they're doing.
Who's doing that then?
Well, Hamas is hiding their weapons in hospitals and in the schools and so on. So,
and they're just obliterating the city.
Israel drops all kinds of. Were we going to talk about Bob Vylan or?
So
Okay.
my point is,
no, Israel is not indiscriminately. They're not committing a genocide.
So
It seems like
I think
Charles,
there's a growing number of organizations that are kind of making that claim, and they're bringing up a whole bunch of examples. Like, I'm sure you've heard the journalist example. I'm sure you've heard like a lot of the hospitals that were bombed, the like not honoring of the, I forget what they call it, but essentially a ceasefire on medical aid. People like essentially they're supposed to be barred from it.
Israel does provide aid, though.
Yes, but supposedly there's some independent aid ones that we're supposed to get, you know, like a neutrality thing, and apparently they've been attacked. So there's just growing numbers of reports, and then there's more organizations that are saying this is a genocide, and that is what Bob Vylan, Kneecap, a whole bunch of these people believe. And
yes, and the assertion that Israel is committing a genocide is in and of itself anti-Semitic. They are not. They are. No country has ever been half as surgical in their war efforts. This is the most scrutinized war ever.
So
no one can.
Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch have all declared it like
anti-Semitic organizations.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so
Israel is not. If they wanted to commit a genocide, they would have done it long ago. There would be it would be a legitimate parking lot. It is absolutely evil and insane. There is no moral equivalence here.
I'm not making a moral equivalence. I don't think anyone is. I think what we're trying to say is there are people that have voiced a lot of concerns about this. So there is another side to it. Can that side not say their point? I think that's what Bob Vylan was doing. He actually sees there a genocide going on. That's what they had on the screen behind him was, I can't remember exactly what it was, but like, I could look it up really quick while we get into this, but replace the from the river to with from the window to the walls. Apparently,
from the window to the walls.
Lives is going to be free inside Dev's apartment at some point.
From the window to the walls. You know what? The thing is, to the walls is not a good barrier because you're behind the walls. It's still not you. You're behind there. You're just having a look. Now, guys, I think the point that we can get. Is it possible that Hamas should release? Yes, it's possible. Absolutely.
Yeah, that would end the war.
Okay, guys, we're not going to discuss
all it would take.
Who's right and wrong in that, but what I do want to take from what Charles brought up is let's extrapolate here. There are people that are frustrated with America's involvement in all wars. Okay, one of them, the most central now, the one that since October, 7th. That one has really irritated people. There are people that are genuinely, that don't come from a place of anti-Semitism when they are criticizing this. Okay, they're coming from a place of war bad, and also just that this is atrocious, or that they have certain moral problems with what's going on there, and it's not from a place of anti-Semitism. There are many people that come from a place of anti-Semitism that go, they have this resentment in them, and they're looking for reasons to shit on Jewish people.
Sure.
Okay, and those are the people that I think Dorcas is fighting when he gets angry, because those are the ones that you try and engage with them about what's going on, try and get nuanced about things, and you can't, because they have this place of resentment. But then as Gray and Charles are trying to
I can speak for all of us. Fuck those people.
Yeah, fuck those people, absolutely. But from Gray and Charles,
no, continue.
Okay, but the thing is that there are people that are honestly questioning. Okay, it's not about it's Jewish people or not. They're literally just honestly questioning, and I think that that's okay. What I do hate is that it's very difficult to figure out who's who. I know that Charles and Gray are not part of the anti-Semitism thing, so that conversation is good faith, okay, and it is okay to criticize Israel. It is.
Well, again, the only comparison I make is I remember growing up in America, where it was okay, 9/11 happened. Now let's go get Iraq. Like, wait, what? What does Iraq have to do with the people that flew into the Twin Towers? October 7th, terrible. Yeah, go get them. But why does that group of terrorists now mean all of Palestine? Is what feels like a growing sentiment.
Yeah.
Okay, but is America in Gaza right now, or is that Israel? Is Israel not allowed to do what it feels is necessary to defend itself or respond to October 7th? Or are we talking about Iran, which is why I brought up the 60% thing? Because if we're talking specifically about American involvement...
I wasn't talking about American involvement at all. I was talking about the parallels to America after 9/11, saying, all right, we're going to Afghanistan. And you know what? Let's go get Iraq too. Where it feels like now, forgetting America, now today, Israel, in retaliation for Hamas in October 7th, are going even further, where I remember how delicate, going back to America, the situation was going to Afghanistan, not trying to take out Afghani civilians or...
Israel doesn't try to take out civilians. It does not do that. Again, but continue.
Okay, so when America was in Afghanistan, they weren't taking out buildings. It was quite surgical, or what they would call surgical.
Trying.
Right. Where like some of the footage
didn't accomplish a lot.
Right.
I think that's the argument.
Sure. But it just seems like things get muddy with the original message, and then we tack on a bunch of things. Oh yeah, by the way, let's do this now too.
So from this, we can definitely see how delicate the situation is and how sensitive how heightened everybody's emotions are in something like this, right? There is a lot going on. So then we go back to the Glastonbury thing, and we have people pushing all of those buttons, right? So let's talk about that, the button pushing with art. Now, Gray, if I understand you correctly, the whole idea is like these are punk acts, right?
Yeah.
That's
the way I see
they
it.
push buttons like this all the time. It's just that
all the time.
Here we are. This is now we got hot button issues. So our buttons are a lot hotter than usual. Would you want to talk about punk then? Let's talk about punk itself. What punk's role is, because punk will have the societal background, okay, whatever it is. So maybe, I don't know, insert society here. Punk is supposed to be anti-establishment. Do you have a visual presentation for us?
Mark?
Yeah, along with my voice, sure, people can get visual aids. Yeah, sure. So I tried to make a little slideshow, but yeah. So it's kind of the punk defense. So what is punk supposed to be? And to me, it doesn't exactly seem like it's a status quo thing. Who wants to listen to a punk band that's like, yeah, things are good. Everything's just okay. Yeah, listen to the police, listen to your government. It's not meant to be tame. It's meant to be in your face. It's meant to be somewhat violent. It's meant to be offensive. And in no way is it supposed to be safe. And most importantly, in no way is it supposed to be marketable. Like we got into some really weird, cheesy, like pop punk stuff. They didn't make any impact other than like, people can quote like that one Sum 41 song or something like that, but they didn't like try and make change where, the offensive, the scary punk, the Sex Pistols, a bunch of different punk bands that, you would kind of know about that actually made some sort of difference. they were not the safe bands. So I don't know. Punk has always been about being a protest thing, a counterculture thing. I know in my time, even now, every show I go to, I pretty much see one of those right in the middle, the "Not My President" T-shirts. It was all the rage in the early aughts, all the way up till now. Like I still see them at almost any punk show I go to. Fat Records was putting those out, and they're the ones. NoFX, Fat Mike owns Fat Records. They were almost any of those late 90s, early 2000s pop punk bands. Well, that style of San Francisco punk, they would have been on that label. They were probably wearing those "Not My President" shirts. That is like the pop side of it. But man, you get so many more versions of it. Just every punk band that you can think of, man, they go to be offensive. True Sounds of Liberty, so offensive. Discharge some of the original offensive music that is very political. MC5, they called themselves White Panthers to be the white counterpart, the white arm of essentially the Black Panthers. MDC, are you familiar with Millions of Dead Cops? It is a very good band, but people might not like some of what they're doing. We've got Dead Kennedys. Now, are they calling for the death of all Kennedys, or is it just the one Kennedy? Because they made it plural. Are they it gets kind of confusing. You've got like Bad Religion, so they were kind of tame as far as their political stuff. But you can go crass. If you want to get crass, let's talk about anal cunt. Seth Putnam. Anal cunt is pretty awesome. So Seth Putnam did some crazy songs. They are some of the most offensive songs you will ever hear. Some of them are from like the German point of view. It is very, very weird. You get more tame ones, kind of like Anti-Flag, Against All Authority. Even Dropkick Murphys, they've been very anti-Trump recently. But you also get rap bands that are also in that same kind of political thing that kind of have a tie-in with punk. So you got like Public Enemy, NWA. Hey, we've got a broken BMO. Hello, sir.
The words "anal cunt" and I was here.
Okay. But there's some newer ones too. One I think they just came out within the last few years. Dead Pioneers. If you guys haven't heard of these guys, man, super political, super in your face, but those dudes are awesome. Definitely check those guys out.
Wouldn't you say that leftover crack would essentially just be bad crack? Because what I know about crack,
there's no such thing as leftover crack.
Okay.
Yeah. But they're an extremely lefty punk band. But one of them that I haven't talked about that really kind of meant the most to me, Propagandy. So they're this Canadian band. They could be one of the most political punk bands that I've ever heard. And oh my God, they're Canadian. My God, do they have some offensive over the line lyrics? So first off, they've got "The Only Good Fascist is a Very Dead Fascist." That's one of their hit songs. That one's pretty good. But they've got this other one that its first lyrics are, "Why don't we all strap bombs to our chest and ride our bikes to the next G7 picnic? Seems easier with every clock tick." So that sounds super offensive, and it's like they're trying to get you to do a crime. But the next line is, "But whose will would that represent? Mine or some rank and file, or better yet, the government?" It is kind of ways of looking at something to kind of bring an interesting point of view. So Dead Pioneers, they're the one that I just talked about. So normally, if somebody was to come up to me and say, "My God, that audacity that you have to interrupt me, to speak over me, that comes from your whiteness. That audacity is centered in your caucasity." Now, I would just turn and walk away and just think that is an asshole. But what you can do to get me to sit there and listen for 3 minutes is to put a steady beat behind it. Add some little quips in there. And my God, caucasity is one of their amazing hits. So he's got this amazing, almost spoken word piece over just this amazing band that just has a driving rhythm. And, if you put a backbeat over it, I guess I would listen to anybody talking down to me. But there's some really interesting points of view. The dude is a Native American, and he's got this song "Bad Indian." And it's a bunch of different points of view that, I've definitely heard this information, but when you kind of hear it coming from him, coming from Greg, man, is it impactful. And it can make an idea land back. I don't know. It's very interesting to hear Dead Pioneers. They're one that's really affected me a ton in the last year. I would definitely recommend checking them out. They're going to be hitting off real soon. But yeah, it's just punk is meant to be dangerous. It's meant to kind of push lines and stuff. So my kind of history is I started in the early aughts or whatever, going to punk shows, and then I got a punk band after that. And in that era, it's kind of that era that Charles was talking about, where, you know, like everyone kind of was against, after about a 2-year thing after 9/11, it seemed like everyone was just kind of against this rush to war against a different enemy that it didn't seem to be winning. It kept going in this weird direction that seemed to be dragging it out. And it seemed like every single band had some anti-Bush song, anti-war song, something like that in there. I definitely felt susceptible to it. I had this band, the Up to No Goods. We had a really shitty song called like A Tale of Two Bushes, and it was not good. It was very, very bad. I think I've scrubbed that from the internet. But I don't know, kind of after that, I was in this other band where it was all about political. So I think we called ourselves The American Religion. It was not good. But we had this song about the war against terrorism. And we had that as an initialism, or I guess it is an acronym, you know, twat. It's interesting. But we played with this other band. They came from Canada. I think we only played like 4 shows with them. And I've looked for them. I can't find anything of their stuff on the internet. So I think so. But they were called, I think it was like the Blackout Light or the Black Light Out. Now I'm forgetting which order that was in. But they had this song that they were playing, and it was Death to America. Mm-hmm. And it just, I don't know. It kind of, they're Canadian, and they're on like, you know, like you didn't get like a work visa or anything like that. Like they just came here on vacation to play a whole bunch of Death to America. So I thought it was a little bit weird, and I was a little bit standoffish of them. But yeah, kind of the second night we played with them, it's like, so what the hell? Are you like calling for all of us to die here or anything? And they were saying no, like actually look into it. Like there is a history to it. So I guess one of the people in the band
saying Death to America.
It is. It's kind of an Iranian saying. So the person in that band, they said that they are Persian, so they are not Iranian. They didn't want any of that stuff, but they're from Persia. But still, they have this history of Death to America. And what they meant by it was American imperialism, American expansionism, kind of the Team America World Police thing. They didn't want these countless wars just spreading everywhere. That's what they meant by Death to America, supposedly. Sure. I don't know. But the song did like stop in the middle, and then they chant it like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 times, and then, you know, like it kicks back in. So I don't know. I'm not sure, but I've definitely dealt with that where, you know, it seems like you're saying death to me, but they're saying that that isn't the case. And then, you know, how many other things have you heard? Death to patriarchy, death to... I understand this is different, and we can definitely get into why this is completely different, but I don't know. They brought up those as kind of their examples where it's like, you know, we're saying death to capitalism. We're not saying everyone who practices capitalism should be put to death. We want that system
the
changed.
Ideology, the system.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you this because it came up in chat. Punk sold out and has no soul left to sell. So is this
I'm saying check out Dead Pioneers. They got some soul.
Mythic is talking about Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, they sold out. Yeah. They are.
Yeah, I'm sure
machine.
There are a lot. Yeah, there are a lot of bands that they started out very edgy, and then they made it big, and they had to become marketable. So these kinds of, it's kind of like inherently punk shouldn't be big. It should be sort of cult following, kind of thing. But now Sex Pistols you've got here, and Sex Pistols is massive normie, essentially punk now.
Kinda, but they didn't like experience that. Well, I mean they did, but they made one album and broke up. So it's not like it's some band that keeps going on. You know, Johnny Rotten has tried to do a whole bunch of different bands since then, and nothing was like the Sex Pistols.
I'm surprised you don't have Rise Against on this.
Yeah, I was gonna include them, but I've got like Anti-Flag, Dropkick Murphys. I've got a whole bunch of them that are kind of long.
Dropkick Murphys,
I guess
that's a bumping band. I actually do recommend people listen to them.
I love all of them. All the bands on here, I definitely have rocked at one point or another. It's, you know, fun to hear passion in a music, And I think you definitely get that a lot. But, you might not get agreements with everything that they're saying. But, man, is it fun to hear someone's passion put to record.
This is something as well that happens, I suppose. What happens when you're a punk band and then your worldview becomes the establishment, and you're like, thanks. So what do you start doing? You start saying, yay,
further niche. Woo! Because now you're no longer punk.
Yeah, now you're no longer punk. Yeah. I think there's something to be said. What happens when you get what you want?
Well, it's never happened, so I don't know. But
yeah,
they've never gotten an actual death.
I'd love to answer that question.
I think you got to just quit. I don't know. There's been a bunch of bands that supposedly did that. Like the rumor was always with Operation Ivy, they got too big, so they decided to quit. I don't think that's the case, but who knows?
Kurt Cobain quit.
That's true. It wasn't the quiet quit type.
He quit right when his band had reached mid status.
They were at the peak.
Okay, guys. Too soon.
Too soon.
So moving on.
That's the joke.
So yeah. So I don't think so. On the line of should it be popular? I don't think it should be broadcast, and I think the BBC is to blame. So Merch Stand, their first one, he's basically saying like, I don't want to sell pills. I don't want to poison my friends, but I got to make rent. I'm going to lynch my landlord if this rent goes up. That is an actual person. That's a direct act to them. Mm-hmm. This is the band that they signed up for. So in We Live Here, he really kind of, Bobby Vylan, talks about his story growing up and just, man, he's basically told like, you'll never actually be one of these. You're never going to truly fit in here. You are different. And man, the way that he kind of powerfully puts it in there, but that's where that we didn't appear out of thin air. We live here. Keeps kind of going on that. So Pretty Songs, which is a really good song. It does start out pretty, but in verse 2, it's, I'm not a pacifist. I'm smashing fists at every single racist prick I meet. I'm not having it. There is no kumbaya to be found around here. No groovy beat. No liberal lefty cunt is going to tell me punching Nazis ain't the way. If you want to hold hands and sing, go do it over there. The big boy is going to play. Okay. And then he goes on that he could do this all day long. But yeah, I'm just saying like these seem to be extremely violent lyrics that I don't know if I would have put this on there. And then when you get to like Bait the Bear, he's coming out saying, they say I'm violent. Yeah, I'm violent. This whole country's fucking violent, and it drowns me out in silence. What's that sound? Feels like a riot. Yeah, it's a hoot. Caribbean, but I'm no fucking pirate. Killing every Union Jack Sparrow I find on the island. Hardly surprising. Colonizers colonizing. From Jamaica to Lahore, stolen land. I apparently went ahead and covered up some of it, but you get the point. He definitely has a point of view of, colonizers be colonizing. And I think that's directly how he's viewing the events that are going on currently. But Lives in Dev's Walls specifically just said Kurt Cobain lied in the chorus to Come As You Are, because he didn't come as he was, apparently. According to Lives in Dev's Walls.
He came as he went.
I'm just saying, Territorial Pissings is a great song. It doesn't get the play that it deserves. It is Nirvana. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, what you gonna do? Again, everything I do, I jump in 2 feet first. I kick a racist in the head. You can't. You can bet it's gonna hurt. I'm a jerk. Caribbean, but not the country I was birthed. Is cold and lonely dungeon that wreaked havoc on this earth. You can kind of get where he's coming from with these lyrics, right? And like
he's
again,
really anti-England.
Yeah, it seems so. But he ends this with let it burn, let it rest, kill and ride the bird to death. Boris body with a shot, let it burn his fucking chest.
Body Boris. Body Boris.
Body Boris with a shot, let it burn his fucking chest.
AKA kill Boris Johnson.
We'll shoot him. Yeah. So this is who they put on there. And then this country is in dire need of some fucking spanking, mate. a good overhaul, get the fucking dinosaur, yeah, and kill the fucking queen. She killed Diana. We don't love her anyway.
My lord.
Wonder
They're
how they
really
felt
good
about
songs.
Margaret Thatcher.
I am saying, like, check out all three of these albums. They're great. But their hit "Lynch Your Leaders," you know, it's a good time. You brought this pain upon yourself, and somehow it's all your fault. Man, feel low in place where there's no houses, heat, or hope. 9 to 5, move some dope, sniff some coke, just a cope, till it all comes tumbling down, and we decide to grab the rope. Hanging today, come see the hanging, lynch your leaders. And then they repeat that about like 10 times. I'm just saying, like, this is the band that they put on stage instead of Kneecap. I don't quite get it, but they knew what they were getting. And how dare you, Zaxx? They are awesome. They have one song that sounds like Rage, and it is their
really
worst
does.
song. I think it's
That's
like
the
Turn
one
Off
that
the
they
Radio,
put.
which sounds so close to like Guerrilla Radio. It is not a good song. That is literally their worst song. So
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Gabe.
I'm just
Thank you,
saying.
Gabe.
No, just reading these lyrics now. Okay, just for me,
Mhm.
it's like I do feel like I'm 14 and this is deep. That's what I'm like. Look at you, aren't you such
Well,
an
I'm only-
edgy boy?
I'm only giving
this
you a
is
couple
my
verses.
opinion.
There's a lot more
Yeah.
that's padded out in it. He is very awesome. He used to do slam poetry. Bobby Vylan is the
Oh,
shit.
God.
And then Bobby Vylan is a great drummer. So the combination of Bobs, the Bobs are awesome. But
Oh,
yeah, and then they have the aforementioned "I heard you want your country back." You know, I heard you want your country back. Shut the fuck up. I heard you want your country back. You can't have that. The only place I know, stolen right under my nose by ignorant scum, trying to lay claim to land that ain't theirs anyway. Wait, what should you say? I heard you want your country back. This is again who they
his
hired to put on
pro-colonization
there.
song?
Like,
Yeah, so this
kind
is,
of.
This is, but the thing is, this now is in the context of Israel Palestine, obviously, because he puts that in.
That's a good
he
album
puts that
cover.
in. Okay, people will say, hey, that's pretty hypocritical because that's what's going on. You know, Israel wants its country back. Palestine wants its, like. They said it's ironic that he's saying that, but
Hostages
it's
back.
not. It's not, because he believes that Britain doesn't get to feel that way about its land. Britain,
Yeah,
because
he
of
sees
what
them
it's
as colonizers.
done.
And he
Because of
sees
all
them
those
as
other
currently
songs.
occupying the north of Ireland as well. But yeah, this is from Humble as the Sun, which is their newest album. I think it was 2024. Really good album. Ring the Alarm. So in the middle of the verse, it's I'm my brother's keeper, so you know I got him next to me. And if you shoot the sheriff, then you know I shoot the deputy. Burn it down, burn Babylon to the ground, watch their heads start rolling. But
Babylon.
just so you know, they do sell hot sauce on their site, Burn Britannia. So if you also want to burn it down and you want to burn Babylon, get some Burn Britannia. It's some
That's
really
not
good
very
hot
fun.
sauce.
Fuck
I think it's
that
got some jerk
capitalism.
flavoring in there.
It's
but
like,
yeah,
I understand what it's trying to do, but it's very funny.
So he also has another one from Humble as the Sun, and that's Makes Me Violent. And the chorus of it is, it makes me violent, so violent. But please no violence is what they're always giving me. Someone's always telling me, just calm down, let it be. It makes me violent. So violent, but please, no violence. Yet someone's always giving. Okay, so I just repeated itself. But you know, he's been accused of you know, being a little violent. So again, all of these albums, I think this was 2024. So they've also played Glastonbury before. This isn't the first time that they've played it. So I don't know why they put them on. But they did have a follow-up statement after Glastonbury where they did clarify what they were saying. So I took this from their Bobby Vylan's Instagram, not to be confused with the other Bobby Vylan's Instagram. But yeah, I did have to cut it just because it had to go wide instead of that. But yeah, I didn't decide to put these things on there. This is what it was, just all in one black post. But they're saying, not the first, not the last. Today, a good many people would have you believe that a punk band is the #1 threat to world peace. Last week, it was Palestine. It was a Palestine pressure group. This week, the week before that, it was another band. We are not for the death of Jews. Arabs, or any other race or group. I don't know why it added like an extra space in between group. In any group of people, we are for the dismantling of a violent military machine. A machine whose own soldiers were told to use unnecessary lethal force against innocent civilians waiting for
Can
aid.
you cite that
A machine-
one for me?
That one is.
I would
can
like
give you the
that
claim
source
on that.
cited.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'll get that for you in a second. It's on the Wikipedia article.
Mm.
But a machine
trust
that
what
has destroyed much of... No, I'm not, but I can grab the source from there. A machine that has destroyed much of Gaza. We, like those in the spotlight before us, are not the story. We are a distraction from the story, and whatever sanctions we receive will be a distraction. The government doesn't want us to ask why they remain silent in the face of this atrocity, to ask why they aren't doing more to stop the killing, to feed the starving. The more time we talk about Bob Vylan, the less time they spend answering for their criminal inaction. We are being targeted for speaking up. We are not the first. We will not be the last. And if you care for the sanctity of human life and freedom of speech, we urge you to speak up too. And then they have Free Palestine under there.
They
from-
really love the sanctity of human life so much that they get so violent. It's in that
They're not-
it's hilarious. Violence for peace, but I guess that's exactly what they're criticizing as well.
Well, they're
It's
saying
almost like
they're
doesn't
not
matter.
for the death of people, but the machine, which the IDF is currently the enforcer of what they're seeing is the destruction in Palestine.
Them.
So is there
What
another way
they're
that you could say, like, that army?
yeah,
without
release
saying-
the hostages. Release the hostages, no problem.
Yeah, no, Dorcas, but
Obviously
you can
that's what
see
everyone
they're
wants.
thinking. What they're thinking is they're thinking that Hamas is just the oppressed. Okay, it's very easy to see how they view it. We don't have to argue with them, but this is what they view. You don't have to defend against this. This is just what they think.
Yeah, for sure.
It's what they think.
And
I'm kind of
well, it's what Bobby Vylan thinks. I don't
Okay,
know that
Bemo's
Bobby Vylan
conflicted?
agrees with Bobby Vylan, but
Mm.
Bobby Vylan
But-
posted it. And then there was another post where Bobby was talking about, you can see that other post. It doesn't seem as directly into as this, just saying that his daughter is making changes and he hopes that this will help people make changes in their future.
Yeah, okay, but this kind of falls on deaf ears with the way that he acts. Like this is
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
this
it's not
goes
as big
back
a
to-
stage as Glastonbury.
Sure, but also like him getting this message out is not the problem. It's how he's getting the message out.
Yeah.
I mean, in the lyrics that you have shown, I've only
Which
seen
are a
someone that
fraction
hates
of
where
their
he lives,
lyrics.
but still lives
Again,
there.
Yeah,
They have an
okay,
MC
but
and
the ones
dude
that-
can
that-
talk.
Mhm.
Bobby Vylan, man, he's very verbose. So anyway, I've given but a fraction of their lyrics, but they're kind
Okay,
of
so the one-
examples of
yes.
like, hey, why would you ever put these guys on TV? Like this does not belong on your BBC.
Okay, but about that though, Bimo, what about the lyrics did you want to talk about? The ones that we've seen.
Well, what I've seen are very hateful lyrics that don't actually mean anything because they still sell shit. They're still trying to be a big band. It's hypocritical to me.
Do you think punk itself, just by
So-
being by being, if it gets too popular, it has to shut itself down?
Yes, I do think that way,
Otherwise, it's
way about punk
hypocritical.
for the most part.
Yeah.
But like this doesn't touch on like the free speech stuff. That yes, everything that they're saying they're allowed to say. That's not the problem. But
Yeah.
then
I mean,
this
technically,
goes
the
into-
UK does.
yes,
Go
and they're
on.
currently being investigated to find out if they actually did break a speech law in the UK. I haven't heard if that has closed yet. It's still ongoing, but no, my main contention here is the kill the IDF. Sure, you're talking about the war machine, but then when you
Mhm.
are pushed back upon, which is the one thing that's not in here, this was his Instagram post. When he was pushed back upon on that, he's like, "I said what I said. I don't take any of it back." Of
But
kill
then, yeah,
the IDF.
yeah.
That's what is taking it back from right here.
Mm.
He's saying
So-
that that's how he.
I'm not
so,
saying he's
so
taking it
can I
back.
ask you
I'm-
one separate question? So what do you call the IDF if you don't call them the IDF?
I call them
The
like
Israeli
police
military.
institution.
But
The
wouldn't-
Israeli military.
So I understand, but like everyone who's taking out the actions currently that is causing the ongoing issue inside of Palestine does seem to be coming from that particular group. So if you call them Israeli
No.
army, are you saying that you
No.
wouldn't, there's no way to
Almost.
construe that with
Hold on, guys.
Jews
I just
or-
want to check. Do we have more slides? Or can I put this down?
I think
No,
there's one
no,
more slide. Sorry.
One more slide.
Oh, sorry.
will
Go right
ru-
ahead, Dorcas. Please.
I'm going to interject here to say that all moral culpability for this falls on Hamas.
Yeah.
They were the
I'm
one.
not sure I completely agree with you there, but there's a reason why, and I'll get to it afterwards. Go ahead.
Bimo, you just got interrupted. I think it's your turn, sir.
Look forward to my upcoming punk album called "Your Ancestors Should Have Been Better at War."
Thank you,
It's-
Walls.
Kind of an awesome
I
one.
can't wait.
Yeah. Fair enough. Not too.
I hope that band
Band of
is
an
called
album title.
Conquerors.
Next slide, guys. Let's go to the next slide.
Dorcas was saying
Sure.
something.
Yeah.
No, I was saying the moral culpability for this falls on Hamas, not the Jews, not the IDF, and not Israel. They can end the killing tomorrow by releasing the hostages. It is literally that simple. Calling for the end of the Israeli military, Israel's ability to defend itself from incoming rocket fire, from genocidal terrorists and regimes, is calling for Jews to be unable to defend themselves, which would ultimately result in, guess what? Shock, the end of Jews. So
I
I
can
don't
definitely
believe
understand.
thinks, I
what you
don't
get
care
from-
if he thinks, I don't care if he's wrong, I don't care if he thinks he's saying something else. At the end of the day, what he believes is reality is not, and it's morally abhorrent.
Okay, yes, but what we're saying is obviously to him, he doesn't think so.
He's also saying free Palestine, not free Hamas.
Yeah. That's
Well, when-
that's a good point.
I guess you
And
need
he-
to ask
and-
him what he means by that then.
Well, but he
Because-
just
Sure.
said it. He's saying that he's not for death of Jews, Arabs, or any other race or group of people, but the
Mhm.
dismantling of the violent military machine. My only point is, sorry, let me take the money thing off. I don't want to act like this is coming from anything other than my own
You got to be
smoke
more
self.
punk.
Fair enough. But I don't.
Wouldn't that
No, if
be
we
the
would
better way
necessarily-
to say then?
Wait a second. What?
What was that? So I just heard better way to
This-
say that.
This would be the thing to say then. Free Palestine from Hamas.
Well, I
Would
don't
that
think
not
that
be-
that's where it is.
Well, I don't think he sees the
he doesn't
oppression of
see-
those people as done by Hamas. He sees Hamas.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he sees
As
Hamas
them defending
as.
themselves?
I don't know if I'd even go that far because I've never heard him speak of Hamas. He just says Palestine should be free. It does get obviously tricky because the government is Hamas, so it does. I'm not sure what his stance on that is. He hasn't clarified that, and I wouldn't want to speak for him or assume. But it sounds like he's just going for kind of that punk utopian idealism of no war, just everyone be free. It's kind of what I'm taking from this. But
Yeah,
he does
but
call for
it's-
death of quite a few
disgusting.
people throughout his
I
music.
think what
so.
Bimo and I are, I think what I'm in agreement with Bimo is like, I understand what he's trying to do with his art, right? But the way I think the lyrics themselves are hypocritical when that's what you're looking for, yourself. But that's it. That's just an opinion.
are we
don't have
talking
to
about
argue
the-
about it.
The lyrics to his song, or are we talking about the IDF chant?
Both of
Specifically?
them.
'Cause I
Both of them,
think there's
because-
a distinction between the two personally, but I know Gray disagrees.
I don't know.
Okay, can we go to the
You
next
make a
slide,
song
please,
about
guys?
shooting Boris Johnson in the head.
I will change it myself. if we
It was the
don't.
chest. It was the chest.
Oh,
Sir.
in the chest. Sorry.
So in conclusion,
surprised.
track 5 on Bob Vylan Presents The Price of Life, Health is Wealth, is objectively a banger. You guys should check that awesome song out. Honestly, there's nothing offensive in there at all. It's
That
just
is a
it's
funny
cool
picture.
beat. Yeah, it's from the video. It's the
It looks
thumbnail.
shittily edited. I love it.
don't think they had any production value of any kind. I think they spent all the money on that fruit in the background. But health is wealth. Know that. So that's basically it. Any cues for my A?
Do you
I've
think
asked them
art
along
can
the
be?
way.
Do you think interpreting art can be? When interpreting art, you can separate the art from the context in which it's made.
I think everything is. I don't know if it ever can truly be separated from the context in which it's made, because most things are shaped by the environment and that context from which it came. I don't know that it ever could be. I'm struggling to come up with any sort of example of where it could. Do you think it can?
No, I don't think it can.
So death of the author doesn't exist. Is that what we're trying to say here?
We still have to do that.
No, he said the context in which it happens. Like, I think you always kind of look at like what decade was it from, like what was going on at any time. Generally, that seems to shape art.
So
not necessarily. Just being, like a product of like, say, the Soviet Union doesn't mean that that's part of author's intent. But like that Soviet art is kind of amazing. I don't know that you can say like because of what it was is the intent. I think environment affects it.
Okay. I don't disagree, actually. Now that I think about it. Sorry, dude, I'm in a lot of pain. Just bear with.
We all are.
Yeah, don't overexert yourself.
This is life, sir.
I will be fine. I'll let you know if it's too much, because you'll see me drop from the call.
Okay,
Satan's toe, though.
But, oh yeah, I'm still planning on doing it tomorrow. But, what was I saying? There was a thing. What was it? Oh yeah. Okay. It's really hard for me to not say that this dude is not still calling for violence. Very much so.
I mean, he says in his
even
song,
though he says
he's a
don't
violent
commit violence, but he's also
he also says that in that song.
Sure, but it's the same thing as
speaking out of both sides of his mouth.
Absolutely. So the case for incitement of violence, while that may be a legal thing in terms of like, oh, this dude is now accused and charged for inciting a crowd to violence. This dude's music is
hasn't
full
been
of
yet.
telling people to kill people.
Okay, let's talk
So I don't know, but again, remember, Kneecap in the exact same jurisdiction was charged a year before, and Mokara won his case, where he literally said, "The only good Tory is a dead Tory. Kill your MPs." That seems like it's just as much, which is just as much of an incitement to violence as what they said. I don't think they have a case. I would totally take the other side in this, but who knows? We'll see.
Are we not?
Like that would be on par with the same type of calling for death.
Yeah.
Sure.
A lot of public enemy lyrics are kind of
okay, but are people out in the world regularly trying and succeeding at killing MPs? Because it was just a few weeks ago that someone killed a Holocaust survivor and some other folks marching for the release of the hostages while shouting "Free Palestine." It's
they should be prosecuted to the extent of the law and given throw the book at them.
Are we not going to pretend that there hasn't been rising anti-Semitism? I saw Kitty's hand. I'm just saying that the environment is rising. The temperature is rising, and I think it's grossly irresponsible, even if he has the right to say it. Go on, Kitty. Sorry.
Okay, so that's what I want to talk about. I want the word incitement to come to mind here. So it seems to me that okay. So when we talk about hate speech, a lot of the time, hate speech versus free speech. A lot of the time, please correct me if I'm wrong, but what I think the most common argument you get against hate speech is incitement. So the argument is, don't say that because you are encouraging people to do a bad thing that is actually illegal, like kill someone, right? Okay, so cool. It's not illegal to say these things, but as Dorcas said, it's irresponsible to say these things. Look, that might be an opinion that people have, that it's irresponsible, but there are some people that say don't say it at all. They shouldn't be allowed. They should be deplatformed. They should not have a record label. They should not be able to be published, anything like that, right? There are people that would like to ban that kind of speech. But it seems to me, my main statement is incitement is the main argument against hate speech. Are there other ones that you hear? Because I want to talk about that one, but are there other ones that you hear?
Well, I mean, hate speech doesn't cover just incitement. It's definitely like calling someone a slur that refers to, let's say, their sexual orientation is also referred to as hate speech. And depending on where you live, you will get fined or go to jail for it.
But the reason for it is it's causing harm. Okay, yes, it's causing harm to that person, but even underlying that, you could still relate it back to incitement, because the main thing is you're dehumanizing that person. That will then lead to physical harm. So that the argument is usually that you need to stop it legally so that real further harm doesn't happen. But I see what you mean, that it's harmful speech.
Well, I don't really agree with the notion of harmful speech personally. I don't really.
But I'm saying, like, no, I understand. We're being hypothetical. We're talking about what people talk about when we have these arguments. You don't have to hold it. Just what else have you heard? So you're saying, is that what I'm hearing?
What else we've heard? I've also heard you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. That's a very common one I keep hearing about.
I heard that was not true, actually. I could
yes,
be wrong.
It's literally the opposite. The case showed that to be the case. But that's referencing. But that's a very common one.
The common one, and the reasoning behind that then is you can't do that in a crowded theater, because
you'll lead people to panic.
You're going to make people panic, so there's the consequences of the speech, which is people are going to take certain actions that then land up in real harm, as in physical harm, because there'll be a stampede, right? No, if I sling slurs, is it art now? No, it's not. Okay.
Or if he sings slurs, not slings them. Sorry, you could sling them all day. You just got to put a beat behind it, and it's more acceptable.
No, not now. Not for me. Okay, not on my channel, at least. So on a punk channel,
Gray
maybe.
got to do it.
You got to do it.
I said Gray got to do it.
Gray got to. No, he was quoting. It was what's it?
I did it by proxy, and I asterisked out most of the slurs. Most of them.
Yeah, and you're not going to get canceled for quoting someone else's mean words. So, just like reading Huckleberry Finn in class.
Yes, exactly. I think somebody did get.
Yes, someone lost their job over saying the N-word because it was in the book.
Yeah.
Saying, I'm quoting this, by the way, N-word this, because there's a character that's N-word, I forget his name, but it starts with N-word. Yeah. Obviously not literally N-word. But...
So you can only remember the N-word, not the Jim part? Wow.
No, because I haven't read Huckleberry Finn since I was like 11 years old.
Right.
But what were we saying?
So we were talking about the effects of speech being an argument against, an argument for curbing it, doing things for it. Yes? To stop people. Right.
That is something that could be said.
So I suppose so when it comes to this case, because let's get back to this case, the chant that caused all the headlines and whatever, that chant, as Dorcas has explained to us, is basically it is for many people it's calling for the death of Jewish people, all of them. Okay. They many people have said it's for an army. We're in a time of war. So it's asking, of course, if you support the one side of the war, the other side, you want them to die. That's how war works. That's been the argument that I've come across. Yes, we don't need
pretty reductionist.
But this is what they've said. Okay.
Sure.
So the argument for them is that it should be allowed. But then the argument for it shouldn't be allowed is it's going to cause more. It's like we said, I feel like there is rising anti-Semitism. I'm not Jewish, but I have never seen this much in my lifetime, at least. That's just my opinion.
I can speak for personal experience on that one. I'm not Jewish at all. There's no Jews in my family, but even me taking a neutral stance and saying I'm not educated enough on the conflict has gotten people to just freaking leave me behind in rage. Both in my family, outside of my family. This is something that people are so emotionally tied to because yes, there are people who are dying.
People are frothy about it.
Yeah. Just, you can't expect me to care about something that's hundreds of thousands of miles away. Not to the degree of if it were in my own home.
Hundreds of thousands? Was this happening on Mercury?
Yes. Yes, it is. Might as well be. To me, I can barely get through my day to day. I'm not thinking about those poor, starving Palestinians, or, you know, like what I was told growing up. There are children in Japan that are starving, so you need to eat your food, BMO. I don't care about the children that are starving. This food sucks.
So to give credit to that side, I think the spreading of misinfo is what makes for fertile environment for anti-Semitism.
For sure.
Yes, exactly.
And I do have something to say about that. Bibi Netanyahu has not helped himself. Because if you go look at the things that this dude has said over time about not just Hamas, but Palestine in general, it's really easy to say that this dude just wants to nuke the area, just destroy it all. He calls them the sons of Moloch. He didn't say the Hamas were the sons of Moloch, Dorcas. He called all Palestinians that.
You understand most Palestinians support Hamas, right?
Yes, I understand that.
Okay.
Like, I'm aware of that, which is why Bibi Netanyahu saying those things is really stupid. And actually, if this, I know that he's not the most popular person right now. That like there were a whole bunch of problems with him, or a couple years ago, or even a year ago, where they were trying to get him removed because he was being too hardcore with his comments about this conflict.
He's ulting too much, is what Zerifax.
He's ulting too much. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna shoot myself in the head. I'm gonna ult myself in the head.
I'm not interested. Like, I mean, cool people in the chat, whatever you want to. I'm not interested in opinions on actually who's right and wrong in this war or whatever. I want to talk about, yes, we're using this as an example. So that's what we need to keep in mind, is we're just using it as a very pertinent, relevant example about what do we do with speech like this. So yes.
No, you finish your. I wanted to bring up the disparity in which this example is treated versus others in the UK.
Yes, that's another thing, because that is a criticism that's also brought up, is that, especially from the frothy people, and when I say frothy, I mean anti-Semitic, is that things that one of the things that Bob Vylan himself brought up was that everything being rebellious was fine to the Jewish record label people. Everything was fine until they started protesting against Jewish people. That was when it became too much. So it was all art.
I haven't seen
until
Bob Vylan. Sorry, it sounded like you were saying Bob Vylan said that.
Yeah, he told the story about his Jewish.
Bibi, not Bob Vylan, I think is what Kitty said.
No. Bibi. No. So he told the story about unless it was Kneecap who did this, and it was on he spoke about his Jewish boss being okay with what he did, and then as soon as he started singing against Jewish people, he then couldn't have his music anymore. So, but the point, the thing about the mechanism there is it depends on who you are criticizing.
Wait, he had a token Jewish person vouching for him?
No, it wasn't a token. It was literally because there's lots of Jewish people in the music industry. So that's like
absolutely
part of the conspiracy, right? That they're all in control.
Oh,
and all this stuff,
okay.
Right, and then he was like, haha, and then like he's not my boss anymore, kind of thing. So, but yeah. That is just part of the mechanism as well, is that okay, one of the answers is, well, it's only now that we talking against the Jewish people that we're getting censored. So let's talk about censorship. We got the idea of hate speech, that's a bad thing, and the reason that it's a bad thing is it's going to lead to even worse things, and also it's hurtful in its own right because it's sore to hear these things, right? It's not nice.
Isn't art supposed to be challenging too?
Okay, hold on. Don't just ban people here. No.
I clicked timeout.
Okay.
Not ban.
Because it's okay. Because here it's on StreamYard. It just says ban.
Yeah,
The
I
end,
clicked
okay.
timeout.
Okay, cool. I'm just checking because StreamYard is doing this. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Zaxxy.
Hey, it's Zaxx.
Dorcas, is
How you
that dog
feeling?
kitty? Zaxxy,
See-
can we hear you?
Hello?
Hello.
Zaxx.
Zaxx.
Does he think he's backstage? I think he thinks he's backstage.
He hasn't
I
moved
just
his
don't think
mouse.
he can hear us.
He can't hear us.
Or-
He's
or this
been
is a
having
bit.
problems. He's been having problems with his what do you call it? His
Frank?
Zaxx, wiggle your
cables.
eyebrows if you can hear us.
He's
Damn.
doing a bit.
It is an awesome
He's
bit.
nodding. He's nodding.
I love the commitment.
Yeah, that is true,
Getting
Vegeta. That is true. Look,
Okay.
we Zaxx will just have to.
Serranos. You take that back in the chat, Serranos.
So
Jesus.
anyway, he's nodding off. Yeah, okay, we're boring him. But okay, so speaking of speaking of measures that we
Oh,
take when we
I'm
don't
here.
like
Finally,
So wait,
Zaxx, you shit.
I'm good. I can set you all straight on this whole issue with the
Yes.
Middle East. You can't hear me?
no,
No,
we,
We can hear you.
it took you a very
No,
long
no,
time.
no,
to see
backstage.
Oh my god, he's timming. He's
Is he
timming.
that delayed? Oh, okay.
No,
Timming.
he's
My
timming.
bad.
That's impressive.
I don't know. Maybe he is that delayed.
So, art.
He's trolling you Americans,
Why?
not me. Yes,
He
Charles.
wiggled
please
his
continue.
eyebrows. He's aware.
Based.
Okay, so
art,
he's that delayed.
art is meant to
Huh.
challenge,
Yes.
and being challenged doesn't mean you're hearing things that you like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Being challenging means sometimes finding the line.
Mm-hmm.
And to find the line, you need to go over it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
Does that
Can-
mean that all art is advocating for good things then?
No.
No.
Yeah, you can have art that is advocating for bad things.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many French movies I've watched that I don't know what the hell they're advocating for, but
Cute. Cuties.
Irreversible.
They're all gay.
all of them.
Every movie is
Everything you just said. Yes, all of that.
No, I was so for whatever reason my earbuds were picking up YouTube, so I could hear you guys on YouTube,
You were nodding.
which
We
is
thought
like
you were doing a bit and just had total commitment.
should have been a bit, but it was not a bit. It's just time delay based on the YouTube feed. So yeah, should be fixed now.
That was
Okay.
awesome.
Since my cat ate my earbuds that were wired, it's nothing but trouble with these fucking wireless.
Yeah,
earbuds.
and also she pushes them off the table and yoinks them completely as well.
Yes.
So I don't think.
I lost one for 2 days in a vent from the fucking cats. So yeah,
Zaxx
But
is
it
brought
makes
to you
such
by
a
Raycon.
satisfying noise when I knock it. Yes. Okay,
Use
should
code
we get you some?
VAXX for
That's bad.
15% off of Raycon earbuds.
No, use code Scouts for the. Actually, it's not Scouts. It's Stormy who does it. Storm was the one. The
Stormy
one.
Daniels?
she likes to
No.
play with the earbuds. Scout eats things. He was eating through a bag of cheese when we were eating dinner. Like he doesn't
Oh,
fuck around.
based.
He'll eat all of it. Yes,
He's gonna-
Zed. I'm Canadian. Yes,
Wait.
Cameron Zed.
Canadian cats eat cheese?
Cheese, chicken
It's
breast,
very bad
whatever
for them.
he can get through anything apparently, and he's focused and he doesn't give a shit that you can see him doing it.
And you try and take
Get
it
up
away
to-
from him and he hisses or something.
No, I just have to get up and deal with it. Like, okay, well, you just wish that you could like tell the cat to stop and it would just listen like a
So-
dog would.
Like a dog.
Oh, absolutely. There's a wonderful thing that is around this time. They're called poppets. Okay, they're little tiny little firework.
You
things
enjoy
that
poppers?
Throw.
Oh Jesus.
You throw them and they just make a loud noise.
Yeah, yeah.
Those
no,
are
no, no, no,
perfect cat trainers.
No, No, Pimo, no.
Yes, it is, and it's
No.
not. It is not bad either, because
That will-
the same thing happens with aluminum. If you put aluminum on something, it makes a loud noise and it scares them. That's all it does.
Yeah,
What about
people,
throwing a spoon?
cat
I'm not saying to
training
throw it.
wise.
I'm not saying to
you
throw
put-
it at them.
You put quarters in a can and you go like this. You make a scary noise. You're right. Yes. It is
Yeah.
part of training
Wait,
cats.
This one's more fun.
Water.
Yeah, like we got spray bottles in the chat. Spray bottles in the chat.
But Charles, if you
Spray
use the spray
bottles.
bottle, it associates you with punishment instead of it not actually learning the
I
lesson.
don't give a shit. Respect me.
Gage,
Doesn't know that you have a can full of whatever, like beans or whatever.
It'll
come
pick
on.
that up. Okay.
Anyway,
The Think on Cat Discipline is next week,
Mhm.
guys. Hello, look at
Awesome.
the schedule.
Oh, sorry.
oh,
I've been,
yeah,
I've been thinking up
trained
new
so many
ways.
cats.
we got it.
So,
So
yes,
This is where Kitty's going to call me abusive.
I can
You're
fix the
weird.
Middle East if you want while I'm here.
Yes, that would be
Yes.
lovely.
Okay.
We could
Done.
use your
what do we
sage
do?
advice.
What do we do, Zach?
Fix it.
We are going to turn most of it to glass.
Oh,
And then yeah,
hey,
they're not a
that
problem
includes
anymore.
Me.
Not your part.
I'm
Your
in the
part's
Middle
cool.
East.
Your part's
Okay, my
cool.
part's cool. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah, we need oil still. So, but like
So only half glass.
we make Egypt take Gaza back and say, you guys have to have this now. We broke it. Now you fix it. We'll say, and they'll take care of the rest. It won't
No,
be
it's-
pretty. It won't be on
nobody gets
TV.
If only
There'll
they
be no
wanted
statements
it.
for anyone. It'll be just be done. So, yeah, give West Bank back to Jordan. You guys deal with this.
Morning,
Fix it.
Theo. Half glass.
Egg wiped.
Oil and glass.
Okay,
yeah, there
guys.
we
So, hey, Zax, what do you think of punk?
go. It's gay. Punk is now gay. I
Now
don't
gay.
find it
Yeah, they're allies.
Yeah,
Was it ever heterosexual?
probably
Mm,
yeah.
not
It
really.
was. Well, that's really
Back in
fighting
the
against
40s.
something. Yeah, this version of punk or this guy, this band Bob Vinyl, this is not real punk. This is a
Bob
guy
Vinyl.
who he knows because he's black, he can say shit like this, and so he has the shield. A white guy's not saying stuff like this because he can't. If a white guy said
What?
it, that might be more punk actually, because he'd be taking chances. This guy's not taking chances.
Kneecap?
He knows he can say what he wants.
Yeah, Kneecap is Irish, and they're saying similar things. But I
I
guess
don't know much about Kneecap, so
they
Oh, they're
consider
based.
themselves-
They come from the north of Ireland, Belfast, in the Derry area.
Derriere?
why do they hate Jews too?
Derriere.
Derry area.
So what?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they live under current and ongoing over the last, I can't remember how many hundreds of years occupation from the British. So they've got, bangers like Get Your Brits Out, good songs like that. They talk about their oppression. They
Yeah.
also kind of identify with the Palestinians, I'm guessing because of similar.
Yeah.
They also got along with the communists. That was a thing
True.
too.
True.
Yeah. So the Bob Vinyl stuff, a couple of things about the law, and how it's being enforced, and all. You guys are going to probably get to that with that
Well,
Collins chick. But
it'll be cool to bring it up. Yeah.
First, like law-wise, I think a couple of things that people aren't talking about is the incident itself. What he said gets a bit of a pass at this point, but I don't think you can consider that how you apply the law. Because if something happened as a result of this, if there's someone in the audience who's got an IDF tattoo and they get assaulted during that concert, he's definitely going to be arrested because he called for it and someone did it. So the fact that nobody actually acted on his incitement doesn't mean he wasn't inciting. And overall, free speech, I'm all about it. But because they are applying it differently to people in England, it's problematic. And so because no one assaulted someone doesn't mean that your actions are different. And I think we could probably agree, maybe not.
I wouldn't
You guys-
have
I'll ask-
face there.
I'll ask you guys. So what do you think if let's say two former IDF who are retired because it's a 2-year thing and they have to do it, were in the crowd, people saw them and they assaulted them, maybe killed one. Do you think that would impact how he was treated, even though what Bob Vinyl said was exactly the same?
I think it
So
would be
yeah, I mean, like
more
if
outrageous.
violence directly happened after that, of course, like then you could actually connect it to inciting that particular violence. So yeah, of course.
What about if they got to Mike Pence in 2001? The
2001?
the hang Mike Pence crowd.
You said 2001.
Like
Oh, excuse me, 2020.
Well, no.
back to
You know,
the
same
future
thing.
before
Going
he's
back
I
in
born?
was like,
time.
I don't know that.
But yes, that would have been a problem.
Who gets in
It
trouble
would
for
have
that,
been a
though?
problem. So those.
Right.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
asking-
Trump didn't
pushing
say
up the
hang Mike
message.
Pence. So
No,
if you're
look-
trying to,
No.
I'm not trying to like bite back. I'm just pointing out
No,
Trump
I-
didn't say hang Mike.
All right,
Go on.
my question is, who gets in trouble for that then?
Those pushing the message.
If he said that,
Who?
Those
are-
The
chanting?
loudest guy,
No,
I
not
suppose.
if, just
I'm-
outright. Who gets in trouble for that? If you know the target were to get captured on January 6, 2021.
Presumably the people doing the deed.
if he didn't
Yeah,
tell them,
they would be completely
If-
culpable. But
Yeah.
I think there would be like a group that would say we need to punish at least. There must be some sort of punishment for somebody who incited it or who encouraged it. I think that would exist.
I think the particular case Charles is saying, though, there might be pardons involved.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah.
All right. I apologize. I wasted time. My point was, if that were to happen, I'm not trying to say one person started it. My point is, if it were to happen, how do you logically say who's responsible for that uproar? Because
If
it was a group
someone's
of people.
literally saying like, "Do this," and then it gets done. It's the person on the microphone. Even if the crowd was chanting, you go after the person leading it.
and the
Yeah.
person leading it is always going to be, I think, culpable in some way, but the people who actually carried out the violence are going to get worse, right? But
Yes,
there would be
they
some
should.
acknowledgement
Hopefully.
that they could easily say, I only did it because I was at a concert with this guy, was all wound up and he told me to do it. And these guys are IDF, so I just did it. Like that's what he wants. That's what we were here for. Like they're in an energy.
He was just
the whole
following
vibe
orders.
there. Yeah, I mean, well,
You, man.
but they're not excused from what they did. Just because
No,
they're
they
not.
aren't. No,
Yeah,
that's,
Just like those
that-
people that
yeah.
said it weren't.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, okay.
what do you
I think?
think?
I get what you were saying, Charles, about like who's culpable for that. The ones pushing the message definitely should, like, it's kills the message when they make a very violent thing that's hang Mike Pence, and if he does get hanged, the people that are chanting hang Mike Pence are culpable for the
All
words
of them?
that they just did. I would say so.
If there's somebody on a stage leading the chant, I think that's who you go for first.
Especially
But-
that. But like if it's just in a crowd and everyone's jumping in and saying, "Oh yeah, hang Mike Pence," which is, let's say we're alluding to the issues with January 6th, which
Yeah.
was a lot of that.
I'm not trying to defend anything, but there are so many times, like in a sporting atmosphere, where people, a couple of drinks in, like soccer hooligans in the UK, that they'll say
Sure.
some nasty shit about the Queen.
I bet.
Who's
Well, Bob
no longer with
Vylan
us.
said some nasty shit about the Queen. He in fact
Yeah.
says, "Kill the Queen."
Yes.
Yeah, I
That
don't know.
seems to
what
be
my
a
point is.
specific thing to a specific person.
Yeah.
Should have been Margaret Thatcher, not the Queen.
Okay,
He
what
also
would
has
these
that. They also-
guys,
Oh yes,
what
sorry.
what would these consequences be? Like we know that the people that do, the perpetrators, that are the people that actually swing the bat. Okay.
No
in this-
dessert
in
for a
this-
week.
So yes, what kind of a fine, jail time? But the point is, are we saying that there has to be some sort of charges brought?
For incitement
I mean-
of violence, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, jail. Definitely.
hmm
I don't think a
Okay.
fine would matter.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I just paid to say this. It's like a super chat with more steps.
I
put it.
mean, you've got a microphone. I guess that's how you could look at any microphone, as like a super chat in a way.
Yeah.
But
I don't love the idea of people going to jail for speech at all.
Yeah.
yeah,
But people already
I
do.
completely agree with you. It depends. Usually
Weird
it's
about it, too.
action.
Like especially Scotland more so than England. Scotland,
Yeah.
earlier, last year, the internet, they were like policing the internet,
Yes.
and that's
Tweets.
Yeah.
scary.
People
And
got
I'm not
jailed
sure-
for tweets.
I'm not sure how true some of it is, but supposedly like people are being turned away at the border because of like memes they have on their phones and stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
German. That was reported in Europe that a German was who had a JD
I don't
Vance
know.
meme or something, and
So
I know they do
well-known-
not have nearly as much freedom of speech as we enjoy here in America.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I could
So-
even
You know,
use an
saluting
example of
as we speak.
America, where people have gone to
America?
jail for speech. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there have been a couple of examples of people that were doing calls of action saying you need to kill these politicians that went to jail.
Then that's more than speech if it's a call to action.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
it's-
that's what I'm saying. That's what incitement of violence is. Like in
So
the
it-
US, that is
okay.
what that is.
Mm.
So
Stiff
we
kid.
certain magicians / reverend that we all know and love
Hey.
that have shown
Uh-huh.
multiple
What is
times
up, Stiff
on my
Kid?
streams. That's he got jailed for hate speech. So
How dare you?
The only call to action I have is like, comment, and subscribe. Yes.
Wow.
Charles.
true. We are trying to bring a call to action right now. Make sure and hit that like and subscribe and tell us exactly where we're wrong in the comments section.
Mhm.
You know, we really want to get back to each one of them, but let us know that you disagree or agree.
Do it in several comments, okay? Don't put a whole wall of text. Do several
Yeah.
comments because we want that comment number to go up to. Okay.
Yeah.
So one sentence a one comment. One sentence a comment. Okay.
Spike
Let us
that
know if
like.
you like or hate it.
Spike
Either
that
way.
like.
Like it or hate it, interact with it, please.
Okay.
That's
so
our
where
call to
are we
action.
at? We're at okay. That there needs to be some sort of consequences. Zaxx, so you said you wouldn't
No,
want
never
people to
mind.
go to jail. Would you give them
I don't.
community service? Would you re-educate them? What would
I
you
think
do?
like community service would be enough. Just and even in this case, like just something to show that you acted on it in some way would be enough to at least get the point across. So I don't think Lucy Collins should be in jail for 30 months for a Facebook post or whatever. That's ridiculous. Oh, interrupted.
Yeah.
Okay, for $5, lives in Dev's Walls specifically. Another track on the upcoming album. John Elcrest on 443 West Elk Avenue needs some. Yeah, committed on him.
Violins.
Violins,
I
I
love
love
Two
it.
violins.
That's very
God,
smart.
we do love.
He
we do
loves the
love stuff.
violins.
That's so
Stringed
good.
Loves it.
instruments. So good.
So I think that like something in this level should happen if you're having other people sitting in jail for what they did. I think the whole thing is an issue, and they should look at it because I think you can't look at a law like this and then depend on the consequences to decide if the incident requires some kind of punishment. Because like if something happened, I think obviously this would have been dealt with already. The BBC left this thing up for 5 hours before they took it down, and so on their end, there's not like a
Yes.
miscommunication. Clearly, people that either agreed with it or it didn't bother them, and they left it up until Parliament was calling them. And so the other thing is to uttering threats. The legal threshold, at least in Canada, is it has to be a realistic threat, and it has you have to feel that your safety
Threatened,
has been
right?
threatened. Yeah. And in this case, like if you're IDF or former IDF or Jewish or however you want to label that, because everyone there, it's compulsory service. You had no choice. So you like I have neighbors who served, and they live in Canada now, and they like so there could be people there very reasonably at that show, or living in London and seeing that and feeling threatened, and death is a possibility. Like if you say I'm going to nuke you from orbit, well, you can't really, you don't have nukes or access to orbit, so you can't do it. So it's not a credible threat. This could be that, and so I'm surprised that no one has come forward and said I felt threatened by this. I want to charge him with this.
I think that they can't do
They
that
have.
because they're scared. Have they?
Yeah, there's been
Okay.
many reports to it. That's what
Oh,
got them
okay.
to investigate the incident. So there have been, and they're under an investigation currently. And then some heads have rolled at the BBC for allowing it to go on, even though they were a high risk act. So
Yeah, they very much.
it does seem
I
like
think-
there
I think
has
that
been action taken.
There's credibility to that because considering the things that you showed us there, I mean, one of them even says Boris kill Boris Johnson, basically. Like that's what
Yeah.
I
Oh
saw.
no,
And
no, you got to get it right.
And
It's
kill the queen.
shoot Boris. They don't
Yes,
mean
it's
kill
it was
him.
body
Oh,
Boris.
It's even worse.
body
Body
Boris, but
Boris
like
with a bullet
with a bullet
burning in his
Yes.
chest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
So like I think that they could have seen that coming, absolutely. And then yes, what would happen is that they would say, look, the establishment is too scared of us and we're great and punk and whatever. And then that'll be fine. So yes, I think heads could roll that way, not literally.
Right.
That's
Darn.
yeah. But so we're talking about hate speech. Let's talk about some comparisons. We in the UK let's go to the things that have led to jail time. So there's tweets we've discussed vaguely. There was the lady that was in front of an abortion clinic or something who was praying silently, who also got, like, that's one of the major cases. Maybe it's years old now, but the point is, this is the kind of country we're dealing with. And then this happens and people are like, it's free speech, you've got to let it stand. So yes, America is one thing. Yay, America! Happy 4th, everybody, 4th of July. But if we're talking about England, it's a different, Britain, UK, whatever you want to call it, it's a different story. So
America Classic.
America Classic.
Yeah.
Yes, the classic. Yes, you're right. So that any other cases, you guys, that come to mind of that would show that there's a double standard here if they don't take action. I mean, it's a big deal. You got a tweet that goes out to maybe 50 people, and you get reported, and then you go to jail, or you do whatever.
I was about to say, yeah. There was a whole thing of an old man that got arrested for harassing his governor on Facebook in England. I think it was England. It was in the UK. The harassment was that he was saying mean words. So he would. They showed up at his house and said, "You are in violation of this new statute." There was they were trying to crack down on social media hate. I believe that this is not a thing anymore, or if it is, I haven't heard about it recently. But this was a big hallmark case that happened where eventually it was dropped because they realized it was ridiculous.
I was detained in a British airport for 9 hours, and they told me you can't come and go into the EU as you please while the UK was leaving the EU.
Isn't that hilarious?
Sounds like some bullshit.
Are you Hassan Piker?
I am not.
You would have used that
years
clout
ago.
if he was.
So I have the example of Lucy Connolly. I have her tweet up here that she got 30 months in jail. This is responding to the Southport murders, the 3 little girls and 8 other girls that were cut up at the Taylor Swift event. Like, it wasn't with Taylor Swift, but it was like a dance party for kids. And so the guy went and he killed 3 little girls and I think seriously harmed 8 more. And so her response on Twitter, I'm not going to read it because I don't want to get you in trouble, Kitty. But she's calling for mass deportations, setting fire to hotels. And she feels sick knowing that people will have to endure this. And if she says, if this makes me racist, so be it. And that's
So she's
30 months.
asking for that. Okay, that's a big deal.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yep. And so she got 30 months in prison for that. And she's still serving that right now.
Like, it's target. So if we're talking about the credible threat thing, it's like you can do that. Yes, you can. You're not talking about nukes. You're not hinting.
Yeah.
You're literally saying, "Hey guys, go and burn this place down."
Yeah, and so she got 30 months in prison for it, and she deleted it after a couple hours, and she apologized for it, but none of that. The damage was done, I guess, in that sense. But that's one person on Twitter who doesn't have a following.
It didn't happen.
And nothing happened as a result.
It doesn't need to happen. Okay, so with the incitement discussion, it doesn't need to happen for it to be.
Right.
It's the potential. So what do you guys think of that in terms of incitement and then, like, being a precog? You know, like it's the Minority Report sort of thing. I think that would only be a valid comparison if the person inciting it was then given the sentence of the actual crime that they're calling for. So she doesn't go to jail for 30 months, whatever. She goes to jail for life for murder. That would be precog kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I think about this is that if this makes sense given the law, and I don't like their law at all when it comes to this stuff, but if that meets the criteria for incitement, then I would say that Bob Vylan meets the criteria for incitement.
I like that we're calling him Bob Vylan.
Yeah,
I
know it's 2 people. I don't care.
It's just
Bob
really funny to
Vylan,
me.
yeah. Good night, love it.
I imagine his face
Good night, love
stretched on a record.
So long and thanks for all the fish. That's from what's it?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes, thank you.
I got you,
the
Kitty.
word galaxy was in my head. Thank you so much. And this is Bimo in pain. My brain is so
You
slow
You have no
that
fucking idea.
Bimo dying of pain is faster. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't have to happen. So I think it does seem pretty clear cut. I don't think we need to talk about, or people are quibbling about who it is about. You know, who it is about. Oh, it's about a militia. So that isn't an opinion that people have. It's about a militia, so it's okay. They're not civilians, so it's okay. But
They're military.
but the spirit of
But
it
and
is...
I'm sorry, comparing the IDF to the KKK, which is what that comment was, or comparing them to Hamas is utterly ridiculous. Hamas is a terrorist organization. KKK is a hate group. Is the IDF is the military, is the Israeli military. So
I mean, is Hamas not the Palestinian military? I understand.
Hamas is a terrorist organization whose goal is to genocide the Jews.
It is
also
that
acting
simple. As the military force of. I
Of
don't
the
know. Like, would you
conflict.
say?
Are there third parties?
From what I understand, it's the government as well as the military, but they are definitely designated as a terrorist group.
It is Taliban in Afghanistan. It's the same thing.
Okay.
I would say though,
Afghanistan.
I put the whole thing in private chat, and so she doesn't designate any group, even.
Okay.
If you read the,
But she says the bastards, basically. So in this thing, look it up for yourselves. Don't put it in my chat.
No.
Okay.
That last part.
No, don't put it in my fucking chat.
And so I would say he was more specific than she was.
Yeah, this is true, because in this thing, if we were doing a diagram of it, the bastards is what we would get. And who are you talking about? But in context, the bastards was these immigrants, basically, is what it meant. So the jump from IDF to all Jews is also another thing.
Right.
Is also makes sense in this law. So I don't know. Do you think they are? What do you call it? They are going to be somehow penalized. I don't know what you do with them though.
I assume. Well, sorry, we're talking about the lady that Zaxx brought up, or
no,
the chant. I don't think so, because literally, like from the stage, Kneecap said, again, the only good Tory is a dead Tory. Kill your MP. And they brought them up for charges, and they found that no, that wasn't enough. So I think by those same bastards, kill your MP is as close to, and the only good Tory is a dead Tory. I'm assuming it would fall in the same
Does it? Yeah, I suppose
line of
because
reasoning.
It's a live performance. They could probably that is something that you can get behind. Why did the charges?
I would think so. Both were.
Yeah. So both of them were live performances. That does give them this kind of plausible deniability. That listen, that's not what like he wrote in his Instagram post there. That's not what I meant, because that's another thing you do with art is people interpret it in different ways. So he's got this plausible deniability of just hey, listen, the reason he said IDF is because actually I honestly think the reason he said IDF and not Israel or not Jewish people is because of the rhythm of the chant. That's the only reason, because you went death to the, and so that works with the timing. That's the only reason he said it. And he was very proud of himself by going, hey, have you heard this one? Yeah. And he was like, and then the drummer goes with it. And
I don't know. You're talking about precog, though. I think that's an awful lot of mind reading by that. That's an awful lot of intention, where he's given his reason for it before, and he's talking about the machine. I don't know how else you talk about the military from Israel without saying the IDF. So I think by you saying that's the only reason, well, I can think of another one. That's who he's talking about, is that machine.
That he really is talking about them. That machine, that particular
you kill a machine
in the machine.
How would you cause death for a machine? Machines don't die.
Oh, but that's the.
But by the same
silly
way that like
punkiness.
death to patriarchy, does death to patriarchy mean all men should die? Does death to
Patriarchy.
capitalism mean that everyone who participates in capitalism should die? Or is it that concept? Is it that
But I
machine
would-
that is capitalism, or that machine that is causing this destruction in Palestine?
But Gray, I would bring up the argument: what happens if Hamas puts down all their weapons right now? The war ends and there's peace. If Israel puts down all of its weapons right now, there's peace. There's fuck.
There's fuck.
There's no
I know
more
what you're
Israel.
saying. I think you were totally
Is
correct. I don't know that
the
Bob
argument.
Vylan is
So
operating from that. Like, yeah, I don't think he's looking at both sides of this and like, well, what would happen if this?
No, I
I think
doubt
he
it.
just wants that idealistic, utopia. Everyone is just free, peace.
Mhm.
and yet, what would
That's
if
what I get from talking to most
and,
punk
and,
guys.
And yet, Gray, if people listened to him, if for some reason they trusted him as some sort of authority, and he affected the change that he's clearly advocating for, again, I go back to that argument. If there's no IDF, Israel will cease to exist.
He doesn't think about it that way. That's all I'll tell you, Dorcas, is he just doesn't. So you're farting against thunder here. in terms of the
Farting
way that
against
you-
thunder is a wonderful term.
It's a,
I'm
I
on
think
Another
that's
example
a.
too.
I think it might be South African. No, I don't think it's specifically.
It's so
South
much better
African.
than blowing against the wind. Bob Dylan
Yeah.
was a fool. He should have talked about like farting against
thunder.
the thunder.
And Dorcas, I'm not disparaging your argument. I'm just saying that doesn't matter to him. We clearly
Right.
think about who you're dealing with here. You're dealing with the person that wrote those lyrics. So of course he's not going to think that way.
Well,
And it's
Because he's oppressor and oppressed.
Yeah.
And he's
here's the
identifying
problem,
oppressed.
But
This is the problem with
But
the
I'm
current
saying-
rhetoric. Because the current rhetoric is the IDF is the problem.
Right.
There's no problem with Hamas in the greater debate. When it comes to asking the average person, they only hear the IDF is the problem, Israel is the problem.
I've never
this
heard
is what
anyone
Okay,
say that they
just
love
let Dorcas
Hamas.
speak
I've
there
heard
for a
like
sec.
I
they're
sure have.
concerned about the Palestinians. Really?
But no, what I've run into for the most part, yes, I have run into people that are like, no, Hamas is doing the right thing because they were defending themselves because Israel somehow started this conflict. That's very, very gray way of not view
based.
gray, but a
How
very
many-
gray way of describing the conflict.
Okay. Dorcas's turn
no
now.
one can read minds. So how many racist things does a person have to say before you start to wonder if that person's racist or not?
Probably the first one I'll start to wonder. Like we're all going to do that. We all make judgments like that. But I don't know. Like there's a kind of a time when the ACLU was seen as like their strong thing or whatever before they supposedly started attacking people. They used to protect people's free speech. If you remember Skokie, Alabama, or not Alabama, where the fuck was Skokie? Anyway, the KKK rally where they defended their right to actually have a march. I'm sure those dudes were saying things as offensive, if not worse, and they defended their right to say it. That's kind of where I'm at with the free speech thing. Like, yeah, I'm never going to scream death to the IDF. That sounds really stupid to me, and I can see that leading to really bad things. But man, I'm going to fight for someone's right to say that if that's what they believe in. I can't read their mind, and I'm seeing all the reasons why he's saying this and why he's not actually calling to violence. I haven't seen it actually cause violence, so I'm going to defend it. But the second that it turns into violence, that's fucking wrong, and that dude
So
should
that's the
definitely be
line for
prosecuted
you,
for
Gray?
causing the actual action. Yeah.
Okay, so so Zaxx was talking about in the law in Canada where it can be a plausible threat or whatever. So for you, you're going to defend. This is just it, and nobody. You guys can say this is what I think, and that can be your opinion. Nobody needs to convince Gray otherwise, guys.
Yeah.
So this is your line. That's it. That it needs to.
I think
cause
so.
the-
It has
the
to
thing
actually
needs
be
to happen.
action.
Mhm.
But
So if
again,
you-
like
if
the
you said the
UK
same
laws are
thing-
completely different.
Yeah, but if you said the same thing, it doesn't matter unless someone acts upon it. So it's the other person is then makes you responsible by
Mhm.
their actions. Is that right?
So, well, I think
So-
words are words. So I
Right,
think
but-
until there is that
Oh.
action,
Words are words, but there's also when you're talking about something like this, like it's called incitement to violence. So they were.
yeah, but you'd
is
actually
it
have to have
is
the.
it the violence part?
You can't
you
get
said?
like attempted or like possible or what would you call
Oh.
that? Like
There's a okay. So
You'd
I
actually have
put
to
some
incite
articles
the
in-
violence.
I put some articles in the private chat, but one is this guy got 21 months in jail for a Facebook post where he, during the riots, he said the people who don't support these riots shouldn't be allowed to live in the UK and they should deflate the boats. And so he got 21 months in jail for that.
Damn.
So
Jeez.
would you say that
Yeah,
that's
that seems
that's-
fucked up to
that's
me.
a way lower
So-
bar you would say than Bob Vylan's?
For
Death
sure.
of the IDF?
So to me, that does seem like it, but obviously, like they kind of go after the far right. It seems like a little bit worse. It does seem like,
Exactly.
this is kind of a leftist festival. They don't seem to go after them as much, but I'd say Kneecap's statement was a lot more on par. And again, all charges were dropped. They didn't find a crime there against Mokara. So I can't see that this is going to get there. But like I said, I
don't think
don't
it will
know
either.
the actual UK laws because they are much different on free speech.
Yeah.
They were able to do this. You could not do that in the US.
Right. Yeah. So this was a Facebook post he made only to his friends on Facebook, and 21 months in that, which is a much smaller, I would say, footprint than Bob Vylan in the BBC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With what I would say, calling for death is of a specific group. He doesn't say any group. He says people who don't support the rights shouldn't be living in the UK and deflate the boats, which you could imply
That is
to
a group.
think
Yeah, the
People-
deflating would lead to it.
the people who
For sure.
don't involve riots, but that doesn't say that's not a race. Anyone who doesn't support the riots, right?
But it's still a large
So-
group. It's still a large group.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, and
Was
there
my
might be
voice
additional
just-
concern
My morning voice.
because there was the riots currently going on or whatever, so they might have enhanced the charges because of that. But again, there was some action going on, so they're saying that this could incite more action or whatever. I still think that element of action for me needs to be there, but maybe I'm on an island of my own here.
I think you have to make the action. For me, you have to make the language or the words you're using also illegal if the result is illegal. So if you're saying do this and the guy does that, even though he was of his free will to do it, likely he wouldn't have done it otherwise. Like if you say go set the car on fire and guy goes and sets the car on fire, I mean you're going to be held responsible in most places. And if he doesn't set the car on fire, that was up to him, not you. You didn't try to stop him, right? Go steal that candy bar. He steals the candy bar. Otherwise, he wouldn't have. It's
Well,
that's-
yeah,
that's-
then
You gotta
we
put a
can
beat
get into
behind it.
arguments. We can get into arguments like if this
True.
person, one of the things I was true crime, yay. One of the true crime things is that this woman ran over her husband because he was cheating on her. And
Makes sense.
and a lot of people really sympathized. This was in Texas, and a lot of people sympathized with her because of the egregiousness of her husband's cheating. And it's like, yeah, bro doesn't deserve to die though. But she ran him over with her car, with his daughter in the car. His 12-year-old daughter was in the car when she did this. And then
Accessory.
afterwards, she was like,
Throw the
she was
book
trying
at
to
her.
she was trying to stop her. She was trying to stop her. But the point is, people were going, I relate to this and that sort of thing. And it was
Yeah,
kind of like,
we all
so
get
if you have a
angry.
good enough motive, you can do these things. If you have a good enough reason, if you have and basically what people were saying as well is, if he didn't cheat, then she wouldn't have killed him. So it's
Doesn't
kind of
this
like,
kind of connect to last week's thing? Like, evil people do things like that where, most people feel that way, but don't do those
they
things.
don't do it. Yes, exactly. So
what do you mean by evil?
maybe if we think of the Gray's view of art here, he's like, hey, you should be able to listen to all of these things, enjoy the music, and not go and do what the music says.
I'm kind of on that
As-
side too.
Yeah, as Charles said, I want to be challenged by art.
Yeah.
This is a way that it challenged me. Like, again, hearing Dead Pioneers, they're this punk band that not a lot of people have heard of. They only have 2 albums, but Post American, which just came out last year, is amazing. But again, it's got weird songs on it that if you just told me these concepts, like, again, you interrupting me comes from your whiteness, and that audacity is really just your caucasity. Man, would I tell you to shut the fuck up if you didn't have
Yeah.
this
I don't think I
amazing
would
beat going
listen.
on behind it.
I wouldn't.
You should.
If it was really good, maybe, but
Greg is
I suppose,
amazing.
I suppose
And then
a lot of Muse is woke. A lot of Muse stuff is woke, and I enjoy it. So you're
Can't
right.
stand Muse a lot of the time, but man, they've got
oh,
a
you're
good
wrong,
beat.
man.
That new song is pretty
I
fucking.
haven't listened to it. Yeah.
So
Sit down,
to something I think I brought up here on a prior occasion, the film that I think Gray brought up recently, just in this episode, is Cuties, that a ton of people hate.
Wait, didn't I
Yes.
bring that up?
Okay,
Or did you bring that
I
up?
was gonna say
Jessica?
BMO's the one who can't stop talking about it. I brought
Yeah.
up Irreversible.
Bimo
Okay.
likes
Yeah.
Lolly.
Yeah,
I
I just-
straight up watched it.
I just heard a bunch
did
of
I.
fringe. So a little over
You're
the
culpable
line.
too, Kitty.
Yes, over the line. But
Sorry.
the messaging is, that we shouldn't be glorifying children. And the point that was made in
Mhm.
that film was that France has outlawed beauty pageants for children since 2012. And here we are as Americans saying this is disgusting. But meanwhile, in America, we have children's beauty pageants. So, yes,
But-
I think, but what?
There's a problem though, because yes, while the message at the end of the movie is we shouldn't be glorifying this, we should keep this out of the public eye. They were making a movie specifically about sexualizing children for the
Right.
public eye.
Right. So their message.
Have you ever seen Lolita? Like the message of that also is a similar thing, but man, the
And
execution of
13.
it seems like it's just like, is there a way
Yeah.
to get that message without participating in it? It's
Yeah.
strange.
you
The director's in a lot of trouble still.
Okay,
of-
but he's
of
talking about the
Cuties.
art of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I understand the point, but you went about 50 yards over the line to express that point. So, like, I understand what you're saying, but did you
I
have
admire
to do
your
that?
I'm just
spirit,
going to
but
rescue
damn.
a cat, guys. You guys can continue.
Go rescue a cat.
I'm
All
not
right, guys. Blood
defending
sports
you.
Oh
time.
no! Oh no!
She left it unmuted.
Somebody lost a drink while a cat was being wrangled.
Oh no.
Or their headphones went into the drink.
oh.
Ooh, fair enough. I heard liquid and what I'm assuming is glass, but good times.
Mm,
Yeah, like
So
I'm conflicted about this. I'm all for free speech, but when it reaches to the point where we're saying we should kill people, we should kill people, we should hurt them, this is where it turns into a weird gray line where now we have to get the law involved, because what if you're
Well-
telling people to kill people?
That's why the word incitement is important here, because I do think there are laws against incitement, aren't there? If we're presuming a U.S. legal framework.
There
as
are
not
in the U.S.
gay.
Oh, hey, you were just interrupted, BMO.
Was it me or was it Dorcas?
I'm
was you, sir.
not going to
Oh.
read his.
Oh, okay. Should men be free to unalive women who commit paternity fraud? Should baby unaliving advocates deserve jail time based on these hate speech laws? Okay, I don't know what you mean, Supreme Emperor Kiza, because that's not a thing. But should men be free to unalive women who could commit paternity fraud?
No.
Can someone please remind me what paternity fraud specifically is? Is that
baiting
having
someone-
a kid and that's not the other person, but they get them
Yeah.
on child support?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
disgusting. That's dirty. But that's why we have a court system that's supposed to delineate those issues, which
Yes.
it often fails, but it also succeeds.
And
I don't
should-
think. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I think
Go ahead.
baby unaliving advocates would be abortion advocates.
Yes. Now
yes.
I understand why he said that YouTube wasn't letting him super chat this.
Oh shit! I thought that I had that muted when I walked away. But I don't know. So I have a buddy. So BMO, I hear what you're saying, and yes, the law should deal with that. I have a buddy who's a victim of paternity fraud, and man, he signed the birth certificate, and there's not much that he can do. Like he is
I got a
responsible
couple
for
friends that
kid.
have gone through that. Yeah.
Wow, guys. Women are evil. What the fuck, dude?
Well, it's
That
happening on
woman
the
is
stage,
not
man.
all. Not all.
Stop being
Hey,
a
Women are
pygmy.
There you
malevolent.
go.
But
Malevolent,
listen,
there you
they should not be killed.
Maleficent.
So, shock alert. I know you didn't expect us to say that, but no, they shouldn't be killed. Okay?
Don't put words in my mouth.
Another
So
thing.
Stiff Kitten asked, "What does unalive mean?" It's the YouTube-friendly way of saying to forever
End.
sleep somebody. Yeah, end.
End
Let's go with that.
to
Let me-
brpa them.
I think
Cooperate in ending them.
Burpa.
Mhm.
I think I
Yeah.
do have a
To burp
direct
at them.
answer though. Like for that last part, for the should abortion advocates deserve jail time based on these hate speech laws? No, because there's already such an issue. No matter how I feel about abortion, which I feel pretty strongly about it and where I stand on it, it's definitely still a disputed thing in the legal system and in the culture today on whether it matters whether you're outside or inside the womb. So it's a different story. I don't think that they should get jail time for that, because you're still trying to discuss where are we putting the line on life.
Yeah. It's not
Emo, read
the
the-
same thing as inciting.
Oh, paternity tests are illegal in France and Germany. Oh, well,
Wow.
never going there.
Yikes.
Yeah. Oh, mm-mm.
No wonder. Those French and German ladies that keep hitting me up in my DMs. Now I understand.
Yeah, if you know what, if you do the deed in America, then I think it's fine.
And then
But
I've
then
just
you would have to
created an
make her
anchor
go.
baby.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Why would I want to do that?
No more anchor babies.
So-
They're going away now.
Tests can be ordered by judges.
They're going to deport the anchor babies?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Just the babies, not the parents.
Just
They
the
can stay.
babies, yes.
Yeah.
That's how
Paternity tests can be legally conducted if ordered by a judge during legal proceedings. So it's not like
Okay.
they're banned. You just have to go through a shit ton of steps to get it done.
In the private chat, I put that video that I think is like a very clear indicator of how it's being inconsistent, but you don't have to show it. Yeah, I put it in the group chat earlier, but it's the guy who got arrested for saying "Come on,
yes.
England" at a Palestinian
yeah.
march.
But
Like
yeah,
four
man.
police officers. Like that's wild.
Yeah.
I've
The-
come on England.
I'm sure you
yes,
have.
so
Based?
look,
I mean,
wait, Charles,
touch
Charles,
grass.
you've got an English wife even.
I do.
He came
And,
on England every
guilty.
night.
Does she
Jesus.
has she said anything about this? Does she know what does she say about Glastonbury? About
Dude.
all of this?
Between the two of us, we both have our own fucking shit. And
You guys haven't discussed Glastonbury?
with all due respect,
you even-
none of
Did you
this
even talk about
comes
the Brian
close.
Jonestown Massacre performance? Sir Ian
about
McKellen got on
the-
stage with Scissor Sisters. Come on, dude.
Scissor Fisters? What?
Oh,
Would you scissor
good
sister?
lord.
Oh, we went there.
Sorry.
Charles is an American traitor.
I am.
He's
Yeah.
I am.
yeah.
Also true. But no, it's like, yeah, on the tier system of worrying about,
Yeah.
this
Not a
is
thing.
E tier for me. It's
Mhm.
it's not a thing. I apologize, but
I think you would talk
Sorry.
more about it if something did happen, I suppose.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
there was
it's
like
not
a riot
touching
or
me.
something.
Right.
One more thing on that is that the last point I had on that specific incident is it's retarded. So I was talking to you, people who don't like Jews. If you say shit like that right now, Israel doesn't have a lot of public love, and
Mhm.
so they care less and less about what you think. And so when you have people chanting "Death to the IDF," thousands of people chanting that, then all you're gonna get is Bibi looking around and going, "See, I told you,
Mm.
Yeah.
they want us dead." That's
Mm.
you've propaganda
Confirmation bias, yeah.
for the Israeli government, and that you're fueling what they're doing. They're only going to do it more now. That's not how you get them to stop. That's how you get them to
Mhm.
push harder because fuck it. Look, I'm right, guys. Any opposition he has politically in Israel is going to go, well, yeah, yes. Look at they're chanting for our death. So even in England, we got to do what we got to do. That's dumb.
So yeah, so just
For sure.
even
I think
within their
all of us agree.
framework,
It's a really dumb
idea.
thing to. Yeah, I think it's
No,
a
but
really dumb
within
thing
their
to chant.
framework, it really is.
I think
Dorcas,
any
what do you think
framework.
about that? It's dumb.
There
is
was
basically-
the sound of something falling. It kind of sounded like a glass of liquid.
Oh,
maybe.
earlier.
So I haven't heard Dorcas since then. I'm hoping it wasn't him. But
What?
Oh.
No, I'm here.
Oh, you-
No, it was
Okay.
Oh,
Keith,
sorry.
Sure.
Oh, it was me. Yes, sorry.
You get
okay.
a stroke.
I was gonna say that's
You
the
dro-
last I
you
heard Dorcas.
dropped
So I
it.
hope he wasn't dealing with horribleness.
I dropped this.
I know I'm being animated, guys. I'm cool. I'm just passionate
No.
about
Actually,
this particular
I'm
topic.
animated.
No, that's
you
why I
need
was
to be
asking.
animated.
What I was asking.
Oh
You're
my
animated?
god, great! I haven't seen that before.
Ooh.
Oh, it's good times.
I-
Animation, man.
It bothers me that the lips are such a different color.
What are you talking about?
I
think
understand
he's,
it's how real people look, but still.
he's very vocal.
Real people.
Yeah.
I'm not real people.
No, not
You
at all.
people.
But he's still got his grey pape, so
I would hope so. I
still
wouldn't
want
know
a
who it
little,
was
I
otherwise.
still want a little mustard like badge. You know, like the ones that Dorcas was putting on the Gartic last week. Put that.
Oh,
I should.
So, guys, we've got some
Grey
stuff that we haven't covered.
pin.
Yeah. Grey
Yes.
pin. We've got
poo
some
pin?
A
stuff
poo
we haven't
pin.
covered yet. Yeah, poo pin. There you go. I wanted to talk about the Kill the Boer comparison, obviously, because
Yes.
it was a couple things ago.
Screamage.
Just bringing that up. What did Creamish do?
It seems to be the same
In
defense.
sync.
I can definitely understand why you're using that as well. Again, that's not what I really mean, which I guess people have that defense.
Yes, the defense is that's not what we mean, and then people they point to the actual farm killings and say that they relate the two. They say, well, look, you see this, there is a whole political party doing this, and that's another big difference. I would say, actually, is it's not a live performance that's Glastonbury. It's here is the EFF, and they are having a political rally, and a political party that is saying, this is what we're going to give you. This is what we believe as a political party. And then they do that. They do that song. They brr pa and all of that stuff. They do that, and I don't think they have the plausible deniability of, oh, it's art in that case. But what they do have going for them is it's a struggle song, so we're allowed to have it. But then my question is, what struggle is happening now? Why are you?
I should make a song
doing
about
this
killing people because my milk is spoiled. That'll be my
Does your
struggle
milk-
song.
Yeah, there's a lot. If you have any struggle, you can use the struggle songs, I suppose.
I'm especially
we've
mad
got-
about it because I was going to use it, to curb my death tomorrow.
Mhm.
But,
Oh,
it is
I'm
what
sorry.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm talking
Get
about
yogurt.
the freaking toe of Satan right now. I'm not talking about the pain.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
what is the toe of Satan thing? What is that?
So it is the hottest lollipop in the world.
Oh, that one. Okay.
If Satan's
do
wearing
that.
really tight shorts.
Mm.
In fact, the best part about it is that it looks like a butt plug.
That's
I mean,
the
any
best part about
lollipop
it.
is a butt
That's the
plug,
best part
really.
because that is a very dangerous thing to think about.
Don't put that. No, don't
Do
do
you
that.
Hell
think
no.
about that often?
No.
I'm
Not
sorry.
unless I'm on his
had
screen.
to have tried it.
So
Someone has
sorry,
to
guys.
have.
I know
Anyways, we
we're
completely
tired,
derailed.
but one more. You can derail just now, but as in a few minutes. But one more thing to go over is what about stigmatization? So we spoke about law, okay, about the legal definition and all of that. But what about the social pressures can we use stigmatization and just normal social condemnation to bring this down? So us talking about this, Dorcas's arguments, all of us interacting in these arguments, could that help? I suppose people showing outrage, does that help us in any way? Should we equate showing outrage to people shouldn't be allowed to say this?
I'm an
He's
idiot. I kind of zoned out for part of that. I started reading chat and then I went to another
I did
place.
too.
I caught the last part of that. I am so sorry. I am a complete asshole. Did I hear you say, are we getting outraged that someone wouldn't be allowed to do this?
No. Okay, so can we use outrage to discourage these kinds of chants and things like that? So we spoke about the legal definition in all of the different countries. Let's talk about the social pressures we can use, such as stigmatization, to stop these things.
Bring back shame.
Okay, and then I suppose where I lost everyone as well is that, well, another thought about that is when people do criticize and show outrage, they are then further criticized and told you're not for free speech. You want to silence people. I think there's a difference.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
feel like
think
that
you're just
could
going
be-
to get edgy boys that want to say
Oh,
something that's
absolutely.
over the line.
Mhm.
Go to a
Whenever you
COD
set up
lobby.
a line, I'm just saying, like, that's because you've set up a line, and anything over this is inappropriate. Like, people want to test that. I don't think you could just use that to shame people from not doing it. But I'm sorry, I just talked over Dorcas. Dorcas, sir, you
No,
had
it's
it.
fine. Continue.
I just don't know if it's going to work. I think there's that draw to cross the line and to find out exactly where the line is and how forgiving it is. And sadly, like, it's become less and less forgiving because there's record of it, and that record is never going to go away. It's a completely different world. Like, hell, when I was in like junior high, I am so glad that the internet wasn't what it is now, because chat rooms and stuff, man, if they had logs of that, you know, I don't know if a lot of us
Everyone would be in jail.
I think so. There was definitely a lot of what would be considered hate crimes going on in there.
What about the fact
there's a lot of
that-
hate speech?
What about the stuff that doesn't get the publicity, that doesn't get the coverage? Just because we don't hear about it doesn't mean this stuff doesn't happen somewhere else to some degree.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And definitely, I mean, it might happen between people, just two people. One person said something and then the other person listened and did it. And also, I suppose, like what Nicholas brought up here, what if you just ignore them, kind of thing? Because actually giving this outrage is a good way
Did
of
anybody
spreading
else on this panel know who Bob Vylan was before this?
it. No.
I had
and
No.
no idea.
I don't know him
apparently
now.
he had like he
Had
had
tickets
like
this fall.
100,000.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm going to see
I
Bob
don't think they're going to
Vinyl, though.
honor those.
That Bob Vinyl sounds
he's
interesting.
He's pretty cool.
Vinyl. He just has to change his name to Bob Vinyl and then and cuts his hair, and then he's in a disguise, put a moustache, and he'll be fine.
I don't like the look of him.
There's certainly a bit of Streisand effect on this, and then there's going to be a bunch of people who see this and see how much attention they got and think, hey, you know, I just need to be an edgy boy.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's going to be many copies of it.
And a copy of a copy is
Oh,
whoa.
that hurt.
Oh, ow,
Oh,
that's-
Bimo.
Okay, Bimo.
I laugh at your pain. I'm sorry. I'm an ass.
Men. Are you okay?
I'll be fine.
Oh,
Give me a second.
shame. Well, I guess
Yeah,
that-
cops are
that's
pretty
it.
bad too. Use a filter.
So I guess it was equated to cancel culture. Cancel culture, I would say, if we go to cancel culture, it's like literally making a person's life unlivable kind of thing. I'm not for that. I'm just for, like, one of the videos that I watched in response to this was, hey, just tell them they're stupid. Don't even interact with their arguments. Why does everyone want to get into a debate and have a conversation? I actually felt kind of personally insulted because I was like, I want to have a debate. I want to have a discussion. But he's like, no, don't have a debate. Don't have a discussion. Just tell them they're stupid.
No, that's not how that works. But also, like, with what Nicholas said, like regarding like, should we shame them? It seems like he doesn't think that would be a good thing because we'll bring attention to them. Yes, you should bring attention to people that you disagree with, because if you don't
want to be
address
that person with the bell in Game of Thrones walking down the street, like, shame, like, is that the good guy?
No,
that
I'm
the way to
saying
make a better society?
Debate bad ideas. I'm saying to argue with these people, even if it means nothing, someone's listening.
Yeah.
Even if you're not going to reach the person that's talking to you, you're going to reach someone else that's listening to it. That's why I think that these conversations should still occur, even if they seem kind of useless at the time.
So this is
why I
like
debate
what
Nazis
Tony's
a
saying.
lot. I talk to these really racist people, and it's just like, why are you like this? Let's break down why you're like this. Oh, it always goes back to something that doesn't actually mean anything. It's just your stupid opinion. Okay, so you're retarded, but the other people that are listening.
No, the thing is, eventually, the thing is, though, there are people, when you do get into those debates,
I have tears in my eyes,
you-
for fuck's sakes.
you're not going to
About the
you're
Jews?
not going to
Yes, I'm so. Oh man, I'm just so emotional about the Israel-Palestine debate. I have a picture, by the
you
way.
should be.
If no one's seen it, but let's
Where
not.
is it?
We can show that later. It's about the true borders of Israel.
Oh no, we don't need to see that.
Oh, it's
Okay.
wonderful though. It really is
Yeah,
good.
I think
It's
we're
a
good.
great joke. I didn't put any actual political lines. Do you want to see it? I can prove it. I can
Pull it
prove that
out.
it's not bad.
Pull it out.
Okay.
Okay.
Show
Okay.
us.
I'll whip it out.
Yeah. And no play
Yeah,
with angles. I
Serranos
wanna
is the
see
one
it.
that asked for it, by the way.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that piece of shit.
If that's your calling, more power to you. I don't have the gift of debate or to change minds. That's the thing, Nicholas, with me. I'm like, with debating, right? So
I didn't
would
say I was good
rather-
at it.
no, I would rather find out what they think. Okay, because cool, is this what you think? Okay, cool, this is what I think. For me, this is what I don't believe. Because at the end of the day, when you do have these debates, that's eventually what you come down to. You always come to the bedrock of what facts actually, how I interpret facts versus how somebody else interprets facts.
Yeah.
That's what we saw with Candace Owens this week, because all of you have been watching my Candace Owens streams.
Yes.
Indeed.
Absolutely,
Part
of
3 was
course.
awesome.
That's what we see, right? We see that this lady comes to Candace and gives her all of this facts, and she's like, "That's true, but this is what I think." Okay, I don't get it.
The true borders of Israel is the state of Idaho.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
There you go. You were worried about this. You were worried about that.
Yes, because of
I think
the
someone could
subject
find
matter.
defense in that.
Yeah,
I was hoping. I even posted it on Twitter, hoping someone would take some sort of bait out of it.
And then and be more. You're busy dealing with pain, and you're like, you know what? Let me go and just poke the bear. That's
the thing. Oh man, after we get finished with this, I can talk about what happened that caused this. But like,
Wait, did that drawing cause this?
No, I don't even know what fucking caused it.
Yes, that's exactly, Nicholas. That's what I'm at. Where it's like you can see the same facts. So people come with their facts and they think that that's going to change your mind. It's like, no, actually not, because the difference at the end of the day is my interpretation of them. A lot of the time, yes, we might have the wrong facts and that might change our opinions. Like, I did not know that there were Democrats that were for abortion at 9 months. We've got...
There you go, kitty.
God's chosen configuration is Greater Idaho.
Greater
Yes.
Idaho.
Look, the joke isn't as easy on me because I don't recognize state outlines because I'm not American yet.
Seems like no one on Twitter recognized it either.
You should have.
Idaho's not
flyover
worth
state.
caring about.
Yeah, it's a flyover state.
Like, people would just be like, oh, "That's not." Did they reply saying, "That's not a solution. That's horrible."
The IDF is the
seriously.
Idaho Defense Force.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's fucking great.
So I
Hold on.
guess
Dildo,
we're here. Yeah.
So Dildo, I want to say, yeah, ban free speech. I don't care about. I think free speech should be free speech. I don't believe in hate speech. I think that's dumb. I think hate crimes are retarded. I think most crimes are committed out of some kind of anger or hate if it's violent. And so, like, who cares why you hate the person or don't like them? It's because they're race. It should not change your penalty. It's still killing someone is killing someone. It's shitty regardless of you didn't like because they were, I don't know, Asian. I don't believe in that at all. So, but those are my beliefs. But I've been arguing the side of, well, I just want, if we're talking law, it should be applied equally. That's it. So I don't like the laws at all. I don't agree with them at all, but I get annoyed when they're applied inconsistently. That's all.
And it seems like
To build
those
on-
examples that you brought up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dorcas?
Yeah, to build on that, I'm going to clarify my position here, which is to say I believe in free speech. I don't think there should be any laws restricting free speech. In this particular case, one, it happened in the UK, not the US, and they have different sets of laws regarding free speech or what is allowed to be said and what is not, and those rules are not distributed evenly. Regardless, I think what he said and how he said it crossed the line from speech into incitement. And I think his opinion is grossly misinformed, grossly uneducated, and deeply abhorrent. And he is now getting rightfully criticized for it. And criticizing him is not the same as saying he shouldn't be allowed to say it. He shouldn't be allowed to incite violence, certainly, but I have at no point said he shouldn't be able to say that if he believes it in some normal conversation that he may or may not have. Criticism of what he is saying is not criticism of free speech.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the bulk.
Yes, that's what I was trying to get at when everybody's zoned out. Is it's often made equivalent that criticizing somebody, stigmatizing them, I suppose, is another that you could stigmatize through criticism. Doing that is usually made equivalent to so you're not for free speech. It's like, no, I just think they're actually being an asshole. I can use my free speech to tell that other person that their speech is shitty.
For sure. It looks like you were just interrupted, but before you're interrupted, let me just say again, I'm so sorry. It wasn't that I wasn't paying attention. The chat was like a jingling keys. I saw something in there and I started reading, and then it's my bad.
I do it all the time. I would be a hideous hypocrite if I got properly upset about it. Kidsy, I'd be willing to debate, discuss various topics if you're a willing participant, even the extreme topics like the South African question. Discussing surely great, as long as you will take responsibility for what you're saying. Maybe I would record it and see how it goes instead of doing it live, because I'm not too sure what you mean by extreme. And unfortunately, even if I'm willing to hear certain topics, the internet might not be happy with those. So,
but Rumble doesn't care. I'm just saying.
Yeah, there you go. Rumble, Twitch doesn't care. You can dox people and do all kinds of things and threaten them with a weapon, and you're fine, boys. We're good.
No. You have to be the little favorite boy, though. That's the thing. You have to be the
I've got
favorite.
a chair.
You're not as pretty as Hassan. That's the thing.
That's true.
I don't know about
close.
It's true. I mean, like, I'm not as buff. I'm not as, just.
Kitty might be
Get on
hairier.
it.
You're not as.
But your head's a normal size.
Your head is a normal size.
Well, guys, I think we've had look, guys, if you like Kitty and want to help her for free, check out her and use your Prime sub. Yes. Thanks, Zach.
I just found out that I didn't know you were monetized on Twitch, so I went over there and used my Prime sub. Most people have Prime sub that have no idea they have it. It's fucking free. Don't give her money.
Yeah. Why aren't we using those?
You retards.
I am.
Every content I create go on Twitch. So there's that. The thing is, Twitch ads are horrible, so use your sub. Definitely.
Yeah, use your sub. It's free.
Don't be a dom, be a sub.
If your parents have one too, use theirs.
I think members, though, seriously though, I think members.
Is that an incitement to
YouTube
paying for things?
Oh yeah.
Call to action.
Yes. I think people that are members on YouTube should have no ads. Apparently, that's not a thing. Okay. You can't do that. So anyway.
If you have premium YouTube, you don't get ads. That's it.
Yeah. I've been living on premium.
Only the highest tier of premium. There's a premium light now that you still get ads on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Think about how
Well,
dystopian
guys,
that is.
Yes. We're gonna have that Black Mirror episodes at some point with Neuralink and all of that. I think I've crossed out all of the topics that I wanted to do. Are we good? Is there anything else you guys want to discuss? Or I think it's tiring. Even if there is something, what usually happens, it's like, oh, we didn't talk about that, and then we're tired, we're dying of pneumonia, like.
You could call me a bike. I'm too tired of this.
And anyone can hop on.
Absolutely. Ride's free, baby.
Are we good, guys? The thing is done. We solved everything. We've solved hate speech.
I think we have.
Yeah. We solved the Middle Eastern conflict.
We kind of touched on a whole bunch of other versions of, like a chant very similar to this. I think we kind of beat it to death. But yeah, I was going to go further into the Death to America. There is like a history on it. But you know what? There's a Wikipedia. Go out there and search it if you want to know more.
Yeah. That is the one. I think we would have given it the same amount of attention as Kill the Boer. It's kind of like, what does it mean?
And people are going to say it means different things. So
right.
Yeah.
Same
If
example.
you keep
You've got this.
if you keep bringing up Kill the Brr, I'm going to be forced to draw it again.
Kill the brrr.
The brr pa.
Yes, I want one more. Can you get one more, Kitty? Burpa?
Brrr, pa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys,
So
that
good.
that will bring us into okay. Let's go to our. We're good for some Gartic, guys. Try and keep
Sure.
it civil. Try and make it funny, not hateful. Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Hate speech is
Okay.
fine.
And if anyone doesn't want to has bad prompts or whatever, just say absolutely not, or just draw something you want to draw. Okay.
Don't be a coward. Draw it. Come on.
Or- okay. Oh yes, I would ask you, Bimo, could you do it and send me the link
Yes.
so I
Yeah, I
can
had to do it
use-
last time and it was awful.
it
No, it
was
wasn't.
lovely.
Come
It was
on.
awesome. I
I need to
enjoyed
get
it
my-
thoroughly, but I
my-
wasn't looking at the screen.
I'm gonna get my iPad so I can cheat.
Gortic phone.
Steroids.
Stort.
Gardic steroids.
Okay. There we go. I'm trying my best not to sneeze because every time I sneeze, I feel like I've just like stabbed
Oh.
myself.
So I'm not wishing a sneeze upon you, but if you do sneeze, please leave the microphone open.
That is what happened.
I know.
That is-
Please do it again. I know
You
I'm a
just want
jerk,
me to
and
suffer.
I totally
could
own
you?
that, but it'll bring joy to others, at least
I
me.
thought
If
we were friends, Gray.
I think I have been there, and I know exactly how that feels, and that's why it's funny.
For
To
those
me,
that don't
at
know
least,
in the
but-
chat, last night I had a great stream. Everything went fine, and then I don't know what the heck happened, but I woke up with a fractured rib.
You know what
and
happened.
pneumonia.
You streamed so hard, you broke yourself.
Somebody
I
curse
sneezed. I sneezed twice that stream, so it definitely could not be that.
It was an impressive stream.
All I know is that the doctor was like, "What the heck happened? Do you have anything to tell me?" And I'm like, "No, I have no idea." They're like, "Have you been working out recently?" I'm like, "Yeah, but not super intensive. I haven't felt any pain." They're like, "Well, we're just gonna chalk this up to an act of God." I'm like, okay.
No, you know what? If somebody
Yeah.
cursed you, some voodoo person cursed you.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But we're
Like,
all
this is
wondering-
just a lesson. Where's the lesson, God?
Did you
Please tell me.
accomplish the goal, though? Did you reach?
Did I what? Did I reach? I'm always reaching. You've heard my arguments.
Reaching around?
That's what
I
it
am
meant.
polite enough to give them a reach around, yes.
Good, attaboy.
You want to stop trying to suck your own dick? Oh man, there's a story there.
Oh.
Act of God thinks that's what you get, Eve. That's how you get Eve. Oh,
It was your rib.
it was. It was. No, it's my upper
Bemo's
top
gonna have a
left rib.
girlfriend soon.
It'd be really funny if she just appeared. That would be weird. Is my
Can you
name
go-
Adam?
can you-
Absolutely not. Yes, I was waiting for other people to get in. I've already dropped the link in the private
Wait,
chat.
I'm
Oh,
I'm
okay.
putting it in the Discord for myself. Just hold on.
Hey, no, bro.
No bore.
No boar? No boars?
No bore. No borders.
No borders? No borders?
Hold on.
Absolutely, IJP. We will drop the link in a second. I'm just trying to get everyone else in here that's on the panel first.
Nestle squeezy, guys.
Weird.
Well, that is so loud.
What was
That is totally not deafening at all. And it went for a reasonable amount of time.
It's one of these. Are you guys awake?
Just-
Guys,
Yeah,
I've
now.
gone through. I've gone through my my alerts on Twitch.
You scared Hunty's dog.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I need to go.
I'm gonna
I've
drop
done the normal
link
alerts,
in
like
the chat
the-
now.
like the super chat and the whatever. Those things I've lowered their volume through Stream Elements, but I haven't done the personal alerts because there's so many. So, sorry. By the way, you can get a personal alert if you sub on Twitch. So, not that Lucifer has his yet.
Do it. Go sub on Twitch. It's free. Use your Prime or your parents' Prime or your neighbor's Prime, whatever. There you go.
Oh, hell yeah. We got Creamage in here. We got Darling, IJP Mexican. Yes, Squiddy.
The Creamage. Oh, we even got
Creamage.
Melima.
Nice.
Someday, hopefully, we will get, a Chuckle Hut in there as well.
Is
Yeah,
Ajay
we'll see.
Julius Malema? That's Wade. Juju is in the... Juju is
Walls.
his name, Julius. Yes, Walls is there. Come on, guys.
Don't be a coward.
Do
Please,
you really?
suffer with
Yes.
us.
Come on, Stuff Kitten.
Aw,
Nope, it's not Wade.
it wouldn't
it
even
was
let me-
Zerifux.
It wouldn't even let me post please suffer. Apparently that's too edgy for YouTube.
Yeah.
I can say it.
We're probably going to get eligibility after this.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah. Oh.
Does everyone see that?
Hopefully not.
Ooh, we got 2 more spaces. Come on,
Oh
boys.
no, my audio muted. Hold on. This happens every goddamn time.
Creamage wants a 3-minute break. Please
Creamage
do
is on
Stuff Kittens.
Smoko.
Smoko.
There we go. I should be able
2
to hear you
more.
guys
I
now.
want us to have a full
No.
house. Come on, guys.
Okay,
Empowered,
BMO
no
can't hear
hunting.
us. So I'd say start smoking Creamage and, maybe
I'm
BMO
gonna
will get to hear us.
refresh. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So I think we've got a minute before, we're playing this, and hopefully we get a Chuckle Hut. Although, who knows? Maybe Charles is
he's
going
a-
to strategically ditch out.
And he's a really good artiste.
He is. He puts me to shame, even though I've
Dorcas's
got my
headphones
beret.
Mhm.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I hope Dorcas's headphones.
Based BMO
Uh-oh.
can't hear you losers. Oh, he's back.
Okay, Dorcas is still here.
What? No,
BMO's
I'm
here. Can he
I-
hear us? Yeah,
can
just
hear
your headphones might die. Sorry.
Wait.
I
Okay.
heard that opposite, that your headphones had died, and I was like, we lost BMO and Dorcas same time.
Okay.
We have 14.
I
9.
know. 13
Oh,
of
shit,
14.
Oh, not there, not there. No.
We got
Are you
no
in?
board too.
Yeah, we do have you. We just don't have Charles. Oh, that's awesome. I guess
There's
Charles will have
empty.
to sit out if.
There is
Yeah.
one space.
We
There's
could
one
make it
space.
16 players.
Oh,
come
nice.
on. No, don't. Well, I mean, if you are.
I mean, I'm here all night,
Okay.
so.
Ooh.
I refuse.
Lucifer refuses?
Lucifer.
Lucy
You
refuses.
fucking
Why refuse,
spineless
sir?
coward. Spineless coward.
Come on.
That sounds hot, dildo.
Great
I
The
cheating
drawings
bomb
are as
had
beautiful as
sugar
Doberman.
glide. Okay, are we gonna
Apparently,
do
if
it?
you
Flooding
get
like
thir-
Go ahead.
Yeah.
If you get 13 players in, the limit goes up to 16.
Oh.
Never knew that.
Nice.
BMO
Well,
make it.
I mean,
No, BMO did it.
look at this.
Oh,
You
BMO
can't
did it?
see it. I can raise it to 50 players.
Oh, shit.
Oh. Okay, we got 14.
Wow.
That sounds terrible.
We got Hunty.
We got a
Nice.
Hunty.
Yes, Hunty.
Oh, yeah.
No cowardice.
Hunty
Please,
is a
normal
very
speed. Yeah, we're
fantastic
just going
artist.
normal. We are going normal. We're not
Yes.
doing knockoff with this many people.
All right, we
I
gonna
think
go?
we're good. Yeah, Charles. Oh my god, look at the sugar glider. Oh my gosh, hold on. Jump in, but look.
Aww.
Oh,
Cheek.
hello.
I just want to snuggle him.
Oh, it's so soft.
That's
Oh,
Piro.
Hero? That makes me
Piero.
think of a really tiny chinchilla.
Oh,
No, they're marsup. They're a pouch animal.
Mm.
Oh,
But
we
I just
needed
love chinchillas is all I'm saying.
that. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's
So
go.
I'm gonna press the start button.
Okay. Charles be damned. You lucky.
You've been warned you draw like a 5-year-old. That's okay. Most people do.
Have you seen what I drew?
Okay, that's
And he's
just
not
over
here.
half your time. Right stuff.
Oh shit, guys! I was wondering what's happening. Why can I hear the cat fountain? Because we don't have this on.
There we go.
Oh, nice. Those ducks are getting fed.
Lucifer says Dobermans are better than sugar gliders. I'm not sure about that.
Mm.
I don't know, man. I've had plenty of dogs, and I've only had the 3 sugar gliders, but there's something different about them. The fact that they just want to be like in your pocket. It's awesome.
Oh my!
Highly recommended.
Okay, this is good.
I didn't get my sentence done. Shit.
What?
Sorry, I didn't tell you had time remaining. That's about a 1/6 of your time.
It's about a 19th of your time.
Oh, that's not how it looks.
But I guess before we run out of time and people leave, tomorrow,
It's a quarter of your time.
tomorrow, everyone is invited to join me for my 4th of July bash if you'd like. We're going to be playing a bunch of party games.
Yeah. I'll see if I can step in and Murica out.
Yeah, we're gonna play Peak. I've heard it's Peak.
What even is that?
It's a climbing game. It's a co-op climbing game with proximity chat.
Oh, proximity chat is fun. But now, hold on. What about that one where everyone's chained together? Is it like that?
It's not like that. It's better designed. It's not designed to piss you off. It looks like it very much looks like it is. I tried playing it today. It looks like it's designed as like here's a
That's
thing
just over
basically
half
to
your
climb
time.
with your friends.
Okay.
My favorite thing about chinchillas is that they always have anxiety.
Aw.
Yeah, not sugar gliders, man. They are not anxious.
I've
Just
seen
cute
like
as hell.
I sneezed next to my chinchilla and it made it so stressed it lost some hair. Like that's the kind of shit I'm talking about.
Oh, they're not supposed to be pets.
No, they can work as pets. You just need to know how to work with them.
What times is Lucifer?
What time? So it's gonna be a little earlier since I have the entire day off. I might do a really long stream. But probably around 5:30 PST instead of 6:30 as the usual.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Hmm.
yeah. There's tomorrow and then there's the 5th, and the 5th is when I'm doing the Toe of Satan stream.
What, you promised you were doing it on America Day? No Toe of Satan tomorrow?
No Toe of Satan tomorrow because I have people locked in as a panel for the 5th. Okay.
I don't recognize this. Oopsie.
Huh.
And
Okay. I think I could do this.
so I guess we'll start with this
Yeah, we should do that. And then this.
and do a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah, that's yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's about a third of your time
It's
ish.
maybe it.
No. I did that wrong. That's a quarter of your time exactly. So deal with that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Huh. Your nose isn't big enough to be a Minecraft villager, all right?
I'd say it is.
Of course you would say it is. It's on your face, but I would say it's not.
Oh, Charles. I want you to sing with me.
Yeah, if only we had a Charles here. Not the same, BMO. Stop it.
I can't appropriate.
You insult me.
You'll
with
never
it.
be
You insult
Charles.
the memory of Charles.
I will never be Charles. Yes, correct.
You're not my Charles.
I'm
So you
not
got
my
about a third of
Charles.
your time remaining.
Why does it look like I'm making Knuckles the Echidna?
Is it pronounced echidna?
Yeah.
Echidna. Did you think it was
Okay.
Echidna?
I always heard like echidna, but perhaps I'm wrong.
Come, baby.
I mean, maybe.
Daisy, come
I've
here.
never thought about it that way.
I just
Sorry
thought I was
about the
wrong.
echo.
So I was like, huh, is that?
Come here. Daisy, come. You're so cute. Daisy's got a
this
blue
doesn't
ear.
make sense. A blue
You know
ear?
who's actually funny? Lucifer says this as if it's a surprise. Yes.
Holy
Hello,
shit, guys.
welcome.
You see, I'm only funny when it comes to riffing off of other people. Oh, I love this.
Oh,
look.
where have I seen this
This
before?
makes me laugh.
Uh,
I love this.
I can't stop laughing at what's on my screen.
I hope Darling
Don't
gets
do that.
what's on my screen.
It's just so simple. I love it.
Daisy with the smooth ear. Daisy with the smooth ear.
Ooh,
Man, I used to know how to draw this so well.
Wow, this person included a style as if I could do a style. Lol.
It sounds like it must have been
Ah,
Squiddy
that's-
then.
that's kind of them.
I'm not an AI, love.
Yeah, you are. You're like, Grok, is this true? That's my favorite thing to hate on Twitter. It's like there's so many people that are just straight up like just I don't want to try and figure out what this is. Grok, is this true? Grok, explain this to me. I'm like, the context is right there. You don't get it?
Daisy, stop! Stop it! Stop being so cute! Oh, I'm dying. Daisy. So cute.
Man, you should be focusing on drawing. What the heck?
Yeah, you
At
have
least
just
I
under
already-
half your time remaining.
I can only draw with one hand, so it's fine.
That is pretty cool.
Daisy, Daisy, Daisy. She's so cute, you can't deal.
That is tough.
Doesn't have to be perfect. That's the
Doesn't though.
thing.
You've got a
That's what I
quarter
have
of
to
your
keep
time
telling
remaining.
myself.
You can make it perfect. You've got a quarter of your time remaining.
I'm out of quarters.
You get time. Time is money.
Daisy, you're a problem.
There we go. We'll see how this looks. Wait.
Daisy, such a
There we go.
problem.
Grok could bring peace to the Middle East. Did anyone even bother to ask it?
It says it always says I'm just an AI.
Okay, let's see here.
Susie, why are you so cute? Why are you so cute? Stop being so cute. Not allowed to. Not allowed.
It's not in their contract to not be cute.
Yeah, that's
So-
not in her capacity.
Update. One of my headphones has died.
Oh no.
I might be simple, but the laughs will be good. That's what we need here. What? Wow. Oh, I think I know what Dorcas is doing now.
What am I doing?
Oh, you weren't supposed to hear that, Dorcas.
Daisy, I do have to focus though. Stop. Oh my goodness. No. You're a problem.
That's a quarter of your time.
Can't handle this. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Who do you work for, Daisy? What are you doing?
There we go. How did I fuck that up? What the fuck?
You got time. You got just under half your time to fix it. So even if it were fucked, which, dude, nothing's fucked here, dude.
Nothing's fucked, especially me.
Zero fucked here.
0 fucks.
Are you sure about that?
You sure about it?
Maybe that's what happened to me last night.
Why can't I... Where is the color coming from? Oh, I found it.
Inside
That's what racists say.
Probably. Something similar.
How would you know be
I was
my...
trying to...
I argue with them a lot.
No, that's it.
Yeah. Whoever gets this, good luck describing it.
We got a lot to go.
Interpret it.
For someone who wrote love letters to Kim Jong-un, you'd think Trump could get more people to write back.
Oh my god, Axel, are you puking in the background?
Blech. Okay, and that's just over half your time.
Stop.
Just a reminder that if you have finished, you can just press the done button.
I think that's what Charles did.
Unfortunate.
Okay.
This is what Daisy's doing, guys.
Aw.
It's a cute cat.
He's so cute. Problematic do. Problematic do. See a problematic do.
Darling's not here, so I gotta make up for it.
Why?
Because he's the most
Darling
creative
has
of us.
alternate. Sometimes Darling has other personalities or alt accounts. Maybe Darling's here. We might not know until we look at the end result. But I think you're right.
I know that he's not here.
Nah.
Every time he says in my streams, "Man, I wish you didn't steal Kitty's spotlight." Or time slot, I mean.
Empty can. Okay.
There we go.
Oopsie, that's not what I wanted.
This. That in there.
Don't remember what this thing is supposed to look like.
Yeah, you got it.
I have no.
You got time. You've got just under half your time to do this.
Yeah, Zaxx.
Yeah.
You got this.
I'm
got
Danger. I can play with Daisy. Hi.
Did I just hear myself?
If so,
No.
I don't want to hear
I'm
myself.
sorry. Hope it doesn't make you sneeze.
Eddie, Duldy, Eddie, Duldy.
Hey, you got a quarter of your time remaining. But remember, if you're done, if you hit that submit button, it goes faster.
If you hit that like button, it goes even faster.
True. And if you leave a comment, we're on to the next round already.
Oh, sorry. No, we're not done. We're done. Daisy! Oh, can't handle it.
You need to pee, Zero Fox. Don't be a coward. We got two more. Two more. Three more, actually. Man, now I gotta go listen to that song. Guys, making me
Which
think
song?
of Black
Health
Hole
is Wealth
Sun.
by Bob Vylan?
Ah, Black Hole Sun, bro.
No!
Won't you come?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh.
How do I... Okay. Apparently shittily is the answer to how I...
Ah. Same.
I don't know. Yours have a charm to it. Mine...
Scuff,
I wish we had a Charles.
I have a visual aid.
I hope I gave visual aids earlier.
Yeah, yes, I very much contracted visual aids.
You're welcome.
Wow, Chinsia.
Wow, Chinsia.
Wow, Chinsia.
Oh, stop being so cute, Daisy. I can't stand it. My peripheral vision cannot stand it.
See, it surprises me that you can get anything done when you have Daisy around.
Oh, this is horrible, man.
What
Especially
am I
when
doing?
She, like, if, she,
Oh yeah.
if she's not looking at you, then it's possible. But when she looks at you, she goes, she like does this thing with her face, and you're just like, oh my god, I can't ignore you. No, no chewing. Don't chew the cords.
I have kind of given up on this.
Nah, you've got a quarter of your time. Give up not, my sir. I don't know.
My,
Don't give up.
my sir.
Don't give up on yourself.
Don't give up on yourself.
I couldn't if I tried.
It's a great song.
It is.
Why isn't IGP mic'd up for this?
That's a good question.
That's true.
He's cheating. I know it.
What the heck, IJP? What the hell is this?
What?
What am I looking? Oh, okay.
No, wait. That's not Kitty. That's Dorcas.
What?
Dorcas, pick a number between one. Not a number between. Pick a number, 1 or 2.
1.
Okay. IGP lost his mic in the Rio Grande.
Does this mean this is the final round? This is the final round, everybody.
That's the final countdown. By the way, when I was sitting in the emergency room, the final countdown played 5 times.
That seems important.
What?
When you're in
Is that
an
appropriate?
emergency room.
Is that
That
appropriate?
is not. No.
I didn't think so either, but I thought it was really fucking funny as I was in pain.
I mean, it's true for someone there, probably.
Oh my goodness.
Do-do-do-do.
Nice pause, dude. I'll take another photo of you. Oh my god, I You're the cutest thing in the world. You're killing me. I'm just looking at my cat's photos and dying.
How do you function as a member of society?
I don't. That's the only reason I stay home.
I don't live in America. I don't need to.
I don't know. I can't leave the apartment.
Societies exist in other places. Come on, Bimo.
I don't believe you.
Somewhat. Daisy. I eat you. She's wagging her tail now, so I'll stop.
But that means she's happy.
The cute aggression is really making me sad. I'm gonna sad cry.
Why are you gonna sad cry?
Because it's just
Too much
it's
cute.
so perfect, and I just want to like just. Hey, baby, why are you so perfect, mommy? Miguel? She's so irritated with me. She shares your guys' sentiment. Don't worry. Cat lady energy.
Very much so.
I worship. I worship you. Yeah. I can't speak normally when I'm looking at you. You kill me. Mine was very easy, guys. That's why I'm talking.
Was it though? Was it though?
Okay.
Okay. Hey, that was my line. You stole that.
Sorry. I like how Zaxx immediately left.
I'm here.
Makes
I
sense.
find that really funny. Okay.
Maybe he got disconnected.
Right. Let's go.
Charles writing violent music.
Ah.
Oh, that's what that came from. No, bro, I love you so
French
much.
draws music.
French.
Oh, I know where this goes.
Yeah, that's not great.
Hey, it
France
works.
or Russia or the Netherlands or something.
Wow.
Or
Never mind, I don't know where this
Baguette.
is.
Get
Bird
or
or
vodka
vodka or
or-
weed bicycle.
Or weed.
Mm.
Wait, maybe I
Weed
do.
bicycle.
Hey, we're going back.
Vodka or weed bike.
France flag with poop hat. Vodka or weed bike.
Yeah, that
Let's go.
That
How's
is
French
that.
vodka.
French vodka. Okay.
I love it.
Surrealist
That is
minimalist
awesome.
hellscape.
No, Rose
Yeah.
says, I think I found my style, not gonna lie.
See, that's the easy one that I did.
I mean, you're not
That is
wrong.
that's so cheating, Kitty.
It's a surrealist minimalist hellscape. I think that's
Yeah,
what it is.
okay.
Guys, I'm selling prints of that.
Oh,
$500 a pop.
That's awesome.
Sammy Snail drives a car to work.
Oh,
Huh.
yeah. I guess it makes sense that he would need that.
Sammy the snail on the way to work.
I have a feeling
Nice.
that we get a whole storyline out of this. Hell yeah.
A snail at the office with a tie and everything.
And everything.
Okay. I like how you
Yeah,
guys
that-
have him in blue
Snail at a
collar.
9 to
You
5.
have him at white collar right now. He's gonna go blue collar.
Oh, he's seeing.
Sorry.
That is
darling.
awesome.
Snail working overtime for that cash boy.
Meow meow, Congo Chris.
Concept, slow food restaurant.
Slow food.
Wait, how'd you still use a snail?
Snail
That's
taking
great.
3 days to eat McDonald's fries.
Great. Day
Yum.
3.
I know how to make
like
3
that.
days passing.
I'm just gonna say I
Am
introduced
I out of the
McDonald's
loop
into
on
this
who
monster.
Sammy the Snail is? Yeah, listen, you learn. It's nice when people are out of the loop. Because then they learn about it. Sammy the Snail is just an recurring character.
I blame
in
Dorcas.
this. And Sammy is married to Sally. Often.
Until they aren't married
Mhm.
and they're legally separated and their child hates them.
And also just Charles.
Scared dog on Mars.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
On Mars. Huh.
That's a good one, Hunty. I like that. It's
He's a cute
existentialist.
dog.
Dog in space.
Hey, we're there, we're close enough. Woof.
Stardog gazing at the planet Earth.
Wow.
Yes. That
I love
is amazing.
Taco Bell.
That is a
Mikey's
star
Taco
dog.
Bell mascot is Galactus now.
Oh my god, is that what it is?
Oh,
Okay.
Good creamage.
Viking Airways.
Yo, Kiro. Oh, I can see Viking Bear now.
See,
That is a Viking
Dorcas,
bear.
Viking Winnie the Pooh fighting Grey in one-on-one combat.
I
happy.
like that a
Pooh
lot.
Bear's
just-
very
I
happy
just-
when he's-
I just gave up.
I mean,
Hey, I like that.
Pooh Bear. I love how Pooh Bear's smiling with his violence. Like he's like,
Absolutely.
that's exactly what he would do. He'd be like,
He understands
dear.
that his song of violence is protected under free speech.
Chinchilla chilling in a hammock.
Yeah. Let's go.
That is so
Aw.
awesome. Okay.
cutie.
Rodent
Very
in a
cute,
hammock.
Nemo.
Rodent.
Oh.
Why is he angry?
What's up with
Angry
the
mouse on a trampoline.
Oh my gosh, darling.
Dark, that's so good.
Rat bouncing on a trampoline angrily.
He is angry, yeah.
I love the little
A
eyebrow.
rat on a grill. Giving a speech.
Yeah, it does look like a bra. I was about to say, Squiddy.
there you go.
Oh no.
I like it.
Snoopy being barbecued.
Oh no!
Aw.
Oh.
I mean, man's got to
And
eat.
there's gonna
Doggo
be
over an
mustard.
open fire to become rotisserie.
Gonna mustard
I like
the
how
doggo.
Gray did it.
It looks
Nice.
like a couch.
It's a hot
couch.
dog.
Oh, it's very cute. There's lots of dogs in this episode. Are you guys okay?
I don't
I
think
mean,
so.
it is
I think we're okay.
time for the
BMO
sky
sneezing
booms.
in pain.
They're on our minds.
Oh man. I had to stop myself from sneezing a couple times.
Ouch. The pain.
That is awesome, Dorcas.
Still human hybrid sick.
See,
It still kind of looks like you in a weird way.
Grey manatee.
Ah, based manatee.
Grey poo.
Grey Poopits Island.
Oh,
Oh,
I wish. Yes. What a beautiful
Okay.
island.
An
All
empty
alone.
stranded on an island with palm.
I thought it had something to do with grey, but I was like, oh, I won't make it grey.
A glass
A
on an
jar,
island.
thank you.
Wilson.
Not a glass.
Yes,
a jar.
Hunty. Oh, it was Zaxx.
Wilson.
I got my prompt wrong.
Castaway but drawn by Kite.
That is so awesome,
That's a good
darling.
one, darling.
He drew it in your style.
It's so brilliant. Same.
So good. So good. We had a lot more to go through. Holy shit.
It's all funny.
The sun rises over a planet made of fried chicken.
Whoa.
Oh, nice.
KFC. Okay.
New thumbnail.
Sunshine Zoo.
Yeah. Oh.
The sun heard what you said.
I can't laugh too hard. It hurts.
The sun being mischievous.
Oh. It's that edgy
Black
fucked
sun
up
with
version.
silly face.
Oh, you were the one.
It's a
You were
black
the
sun
one.
with a silly face.
A black hole sun. Won't you come and wash away the rain?
You're the one that did it. I tried to make it that the rain is being washed away. but-
Black sun shines brightly against rain and rain cloud.
Oh no.
Hey, I like the clouds though, Cream.
I like it.
It's the same picture. Yeah. Except you put put land in. Yeah.
Zaxx and Tim fighting to the death.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. I could have done this much better, but
yeah, that's good.
Tim versus Zaxx.
I
Hey,
mean,
people knew.
message, yeah, it came across.
Football
From
player
out.
Timmy A.
hey.
I mean, I like the delts that Creamage gave Zach. So.
Oh, that's what that is?
Man kicking a fence.
Question mark.
Oh.
Thank you, Bambillion.
Man
the
kicks
aliens
over
in
nuclear
Vegas.
missile silos.
Oopsie.
Whoops. Caused World War III.
Stickman kicks nuke. 2 more nukes.
They're multiplying.
Nuke.
Kite nuking from orbit.
Why me?
I like how your nuke looks like a pineapple. That's pretty awesome.
That's what mine would look like, yeah.
There you go.
We cut pineapple, actually. China.
I like this,
Yeah.
though. This is special. This right here.
Mhm.
BMO rising from his grave.
Oh? You were the one. Okay.
Mhm.
BMO is angry about being dead, so he flips off everyone.
Squiddy, that is awesome.
BMO reaching out his hand.
Reaching out, reaching.
Oh, no, bro. I love that.
BMO reaches a hand out for.
For.
Oh, that's so cute.
Aw.
Cake. I
BMO
don't
with a
even like
delicious
cake.
cake.
I don't even
How
like
could you
cake.
not like cake?
How do you
but
not
able
like
for me
cake?
then? Yeah.
Because a lot of the time it's too sweet.
Ugh.
I mean, granted, pie
BMO
is superior in
celebrating
every way.
himself on his
So
pseudo.
true, though.
But,
Yay, pink.
no, it said yay,
Not BMO
KKK.
is pro KKK, but
Cool hat. Okay, this turned into a BMO is racist, racist man. See, at least
surely
BMO
it's just
stayed
that
the
one.
subject matter this time.
Yeah, we
Indeed.
kept BMO in there. Yeah, that's true.
BMO snare.
Sneeze.
Sneer.
Sneeze.
Oh,
A chew.
yes.
Sneer.
BMO sneezing in pain.
I love your thoughts, Creamage. That's awesome.
Achoo.
BMO
sick
using
for
cheat
this.
codes.
Up, up, down, down, left, right, start, select. I love it.
Cat is a communist.
Is that where that came from? Holy shit.
Our litter
It-
box. That's
Come,
beautiful.
Cat is a communist.
Oh, that's so good.
That is awesome, darling.
Not Kite fights tanks for communism.
I was trying to say communism.
What is that?
I love commies.
Super buff anti-commie Kite punches out a tank.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
what that
anti. Commie.
That's a good one.
Charles be damned.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh no. He does
That's
look
the
pretty
last
damn
Charles
there.
Buren.
It was the last thing that was said, so.
I love that face so much.
Man in
Yeah, you
Berry
take
looks
it.
absolutely disgusted with you.
Charles totally needs to get Nobor's drawing of him.
Charles
This
says
avatar.
WTF.
Ow. Fuck.
We got Charles back, guys.
Ow.
Charles does his killer stand-up set.
Hey, that's good. I like that creamage.
Charles leading a chant just before a riot breaks out.
Yes. I like how you widen the mouth.
Yeah.
Charles leads a riot through the streets of UK.
Anarchy.
Anarchy.
Oh my gosh, we got to go back up for a second. Because this killed me.
That has to be Charles's avatar.
I'm gonna screenshot it right now because it's just so perfect. Oh, it's so good. My chest hurts so much.
Only
I
4
think
left to
it's
go
people.
through.
Oh, thanks, it's people.
Oh, okay.
That is
So
so
perfect.
amazing,
Job
darling.
with coffee and briefcase.
Sorry, I didn't get to put the other part in.
A cat
That
has
is
beer
dog
and
coffee
luggage.
briefcase.
A cat has beer
Yeah.
and luggage.
Kite
It's so
bringing her
sad,
luggage and a
Dima.
frothy beer stein.
Oh, I'm glad that you recognized it was a beer stein.
Froth.
Kite going on a business trip drinking some coffee.
That doesn't
Hey,
look like
coffee
coffee.
came back. Coffee came back.
Oh, that's a good one, Squiddy. I like that.
Skrillex enjoys a cup of coffee.
Wow, that is a
It's-
pretty
it's
good
so-
Skrillex screamage.
Charles on the phone call or something.
Charles.
Charles has long hair.
Charles wishes
He
had
is
that
known
hair.
for his luxurious hair.
That's so good. So, according to Sentient Dildo, that art style looks like something the CIA would sponsor to fight communism. Oh, that's so
I've got a
good.
hairball. It's yours.
SpongeBob yapping away.
I think part of this
Oh, no.
stays.
Hmm.
Oh,
No, I got
I screwed it up.
SpongeBob yating and yelling slurs.
Yading.
it's supposed to be reading. My bad.
Wow, Hunty.
SpongeBob hates niggers.
Whoa. I can't
Oh,
believe it.
that's how it gets to it.
SpongeBob flips naked brown man the bird. Gray watches.
Gray is in the cuck chair.
SpongeBob is very
Gray
happy
giving
about
the
it.
finger to S.
Gray?
Gray.
Not the cool S.
Not
Wow.
the Stussy.
Gray drawing the test that everybody did in high school.
Hi, Skewy.
I love it, Squiddy.
Smoking some
Pretty accurate to the high
cigaros.
school.
I do bring this back around to Charles. Oh, man. And we're not even done. There's so much.
I got 2 more.
Bob Dylan in a kneecap balaclava.
What? Oh, yes, that's what the balaclava looks like.
Whoa.
The kneecap balaclava is like
Angry
it's an
Kansas
Irish
City
thing.
Blackman Shakespeare in anger.
Wow.
What is this speak called?
Kansas warrior shouts they're from Kansas.
It got wholesome. What is going on there?
You said
Man with
wholesome
the
at the
flag
worst
saying
time.
him from Kashk and a Big Benny.
A dude trash talking a K name.
Gosh.
Imagine
Mm.
K.
Oh,
I love that expression,
Blondie
though.
imagines K.
Yeah.
And
Blonde woman
Nobro.
one drink K.
Oh, jeez.
Nobro's got an art style.
Okay.
We still have the cuck chair Gray in the corner.
Yeah.
I prefer spectator, but fine. Whatever you want to call it.
It's Dorcas's art style.
for scale.
Includes
It's for scale.
Great.
Evil teddy bear with a chainsaw.
I think this lasts for a while.
What did it turn
Yeah,
into?
Dorcas brings you in.
I
An
think I
angry
got it
teddy
late in the
bear with a
game.
chainsaw.
Oh, it's so good.
Maybe I'm wrong. I think I got Dorcas's.
A teddy bear with a chainsaw threatens Gray anime style.
That's not
There you
actually
go.
Star Wars.
Chainsaw bear chasing Gray poop it.
That's the one I saw.
I love that chainsaw
A
bear.
bear with a chainsaw goes after Gray.
I think that bear is offering the chainsaw to Gray.
Oh,
Dead Yogi and Green
Okay.
Gray.
Dead Yogi. Yogi Bear.
Green Gray. He's fermented.
Hey,
Yo, be
that's cool.
killed by Mad Honey.
Mad honey. Bear mad.
I mean, it kind of looks like me again.
It
There
looks
we
like
go.
the bear's going, whoa!
Whoa.
Oh. There's the bear. The bear's there. Guys, that was brilliant. I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. I'm so glad we were able to keep Bimo from laughing too hard with his pneumonia.
I'm in a lot of
Pneumonic.
pain.
I think mine did. It actually, seriously, your pictures were really good, no more.
Yeah, no, bro. That one Charles picture just killed me early on.
It has to
I
be
think
his
the dead
avatar. It
Yogi
just
was
has
my
to be.
favorite. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, guys, that was fun AF.
Do you have a live feed of your sugar glider right now, or is that just a video?
No, it's just a loop. It's
A
just a loop of
loopy
him
video.
eating glider drop.
Okay, because I was like, wow, that's a lot of work to do. Just have the sugar glider as a live feed.
No, it's unfortunately a loop. But yeah,
That
it's
was
Mira.
enjoyable.
He's awesome.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for enjoying it. And everyone who
Mhm.
didn't, we don't want to hear from you.
No.
So, okay, let's go through it. Zaxx, let's go. I'll just pick. Okay, Zaxx, what's happening?
What's happening is I will be on Circle of Jerks on my channel Saturday night, 10 p.m. Central. Is Kitty going to be there? I don't know.
Who knows?
The world may never know.
Possibly.
There's only one way to find out.
You just exit
Fucking
browser, Hunty.
It's
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
be
it's
good. IGP might be there too. Who could say? So,
What are we going over?
yeah, be there. It's a secret.
Oh,
It's a
fun
secret.
times.
Look at the thumbnail.
I don't have one
Yes,
yet.
because the thumbnail will tell us. Yes.
Yes, the pretty lady is always
That's right.
relevant.
Yeah. Unless it's AJ. AJ was last week. He was the cover
Oh,
girl.
AJ comes back.
Or-
That would be great.
Yeah.
Gray,
Miss
what
AJ.
you doing? It's the summer of Gray.
It is the summer of gray, as everybody has been saying, which means content will come out eventually. Currently working on that, so expect stuff soon. But if you can't get enough of me, somebody who was temporarily banished from the internet is coming back next week. So check his channel out if you want to be offended. But other than that, I'm around on the internet. That's all I got going on. Bimo, Mr. Bimo Sart. I hear you have streams for at least 2 days going on.
Yes, so I'm going to be doing actually that's a very good question, darling, because I have the whole day free, so I could do an early stream and then take a small break and then do a later stream. But pretty much the goal is to all for the July weekend is for me to do some streams, quite a few hours of streams. July 5th. So if you want to if you don't have anything you're doing on July 4th, come hang out with me. We'll do party games, just talk on the chat. We'll do doodles. We'll have some fun. July 5th, I will have some folks on like Squiddy in the chat on my channel, and he's going to help commentate as I'm suffering by playing a game. And every time I lose, I have to have the hottest lollipop in the world in my mouth for 1 minute.
Oh my god. 1 minute? Are
1
you
minute.
sure? You
Yeah.
sure about that?
I've done this
Oh
before
my god. Mm.
With
This is
pneumonia
me-
yet.
with pneumonia.
Great idea.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah,
right?
you know what? It might help.
I don't think
Do
so.
you have AIDS?
But do I have
Might have
AIDS?
AIDS.
No.
Are you sure?
And we're just supposed to believe you that you've got the thing in your mouth, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be periodically taking pictures and putting them on my Twitter and on the stream just to prove I'm doing it, to keep it tip top shape and legit. But also I have little PNGs of BMO that are also going to be growing in hot and suffering.
If someone were to be dishonest, though, couldn't they just like dip the sucker in like, I don't know, warm water,
Oh, yeah.
have like a washcloth or something around it,
Wow,
and
you
show
think so
the
little of
progress in the thing?
Mm.
I'm just saying, we want to keep things honest.
Yeah, I'm not doing a face reveal, Creamage, so not happening.
Feet pics or didn't happen.
Feet pics.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, that actually also brings it. I've now enabled tips on my channel, so
Woo!
I don't know. You give me a bunch of money, I might send a picture of my toe of Satan.
Wait, your toe
Anyways.
or Satan's? It makes a
Yay?
difference.
Yes. Do you have
have
one
a
of those heart rate monitor? I do
Yeah.
not. I do
That
not.
would be cool.
That would be interesting.
DoorDash,
that might prove it.
DoorDash a heart rate monitor. That would be good.
DoorDash a heart rate monitor.
Yeah. You
Just
could
put that
do
on my
kind of
throne
thing, yeah.
list.
Dubai.
But
Seriously.
the big reason why I'm doing all these streams is actually I'm trying to replace my current art tablet that is actually starting to melt due to overheating. So that is a thing that I am doing,
goal.
but that is a goal that you'll actually see on my stream. It's a little bar that
Nice.
you'll see. It's 19% funded right now. If the tariffs didn't go through, it would be 30% funded. But yeah.
So are you saying
Have
that
a
your
nurse on
drawings are
standby.
hot and possibly fire, and your tablet can't
Yes.
handle it?
Yes, hot fire.
So people should check out those streams then.
Big hot fire.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes, you should check it out.
Put your notifications on. If you're worried about when it starts, just put your notifications on. Although then again, they're not that reliable. Just keep BMO's channel up the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things where we play games and then I die and then we have to do a doodle and then that's when like half the chat leaves or half of the chat comes in. Like it's really funny seeing like, oh, people aren't interested in seeing this game. They're here to see me draw. Or people want to see the game and they don't want to see me draw, which is what I've noticed with Expedition 33.
Oh,
It's just
Noble
really funny to me.
randomly found you. Noble randomly found you streaming. So that's pretty
Randomly?
Cool. That means you're getting exposure.
I've
But also
noticed
that-
I have a new
don't-
demographic. I have a new demographic.
Which is
Apparently, like a third of my views are coming from India right now. And I'm like, what? Okay.
okay. I mean,
I just thought that was a
whatever-
neat statistic.
Yeah.
But I am almost halfway there to the like required watch time. I just need to have 500 subscribers before I can be, wemonetized.
Well,
So
you'll
we're getting
get
there.
Yeah.
Anyways,
keep
I've
going.
talked enough. Dorcas, are you mad at us?
No,
No?
but you know what? You know what's happening on my channel is I am doing Slop Friday again. We've got quite a lot to get through actually. Do they redeem? Says Creamage. That's pretty.
Do you redeem?
So yes, before all of the wackiness on BMO's stream, if you're awake in about 3.5 hours, that's when I'll start my slop stream. So yeah, hey, don't you won't look like that. You'll enjoy it. You'll absolutely love it. We will be doing slop stream, which might also include video games of some sort. There is
Monster
a new
Hunter
title
Wilds?
update for Monster Hunter, but
Yeah.
I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to set that up with the streaming through StreamYard and all of this stuff. I don't know. Point is, we are going to have a Slop Friday, and it's going to be fun. And I expect you to be there. Yeet the Yeti. Yes, we're not going to freaking look at the Yeti stuff. Sorry. We're done with that. But
I do have a video for Slop though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send it to
me.
you. I will send it in.
I've got way more this week. I've got a couple reels that I've saved. I've got some tweets that I saved. We're
It
stocked.
is
We're
better
fully
than
stocked.
the one that I gave you last time, in my opinion.
Worse then. Yes. Okay.
She doesn't trust me.
No, I won't after that. Oh yes, Zaxx is very fascinated that I'm on Twitch. You guys, you can use your prime sub there, and yeah.
If not, she's gonna have to get a job, and we don't want that.
Yeah.
Give
You
her
guys
money.
want? You guys want? I'm a woman, and you want me to enter the workforce?
She's a female. Give her
No.
money.
Mm-hmm. Did I send
Give
you
her
enough
money.
cat videos? Never enough cat videos.
The
Yes,
thirst
I'm a
trap on
female. Give me
Twitch.
money.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hot
I'm the
Tub
first
streams
female.
next.
Yes, that's what we're
Hot
gonna
tub
do.
stream for the cats.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know if we'll keep them in there. I'm a female. Give me money clip. It's exactly that's gonna feature today. We're gonna use that every 5 minutes, and I'm gonna turn off ads for my stream and just put that up every 5 minutes. Right, guys, we are going to have a nice outro song and have a nice laugh. And everybody say thanks. Bye.
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 Thanks.